Alrighty, so we have the same old gang, but a newbie who has not played. Tyler is joining us. This will be his first Molly House game, and then we have Shayna, Stacy, and Natalie returning from the last game, and this will be the latest development rules pass as of today, October 18th. And I would say, just for the sake of Tyler being new, we'll just start with Natalie and go around so everybody has taken some actions before the new guy comes in.
Excellent. Where be? I'm gonna come over here. And, oh.
Such hard decisions. Wow, we have so many hearts out.
So many hearts.
A lot of hearts.
Okay, cool.
All right, Stacy.
Sweet. I am. I mean, do I? I think.
Do it. Do it,
Yeah.
Stacy. Do it.
Okay. I think I'm going to start off strong and throw a
You
party.
started with a Molly in your hand?
Yeah.
Hot
Nice.
day. Why not?
All right. So then I'm going to put my Molly in the active Molly.
So we're going for a 6-card flush.
Yes.
This is going to be interesting considering we all only have 3 cards in our hands.
And then, yeah. And then we start with the person to my left asking if they have modifiers.
So it'll start with you.
Excuse me.
If you wanted to add an item, you can. And then we'll go around in a circle.
Just like last season, I'm not going to modify my party.
Okay.
No. No items.
I shall not either.
Nope.
Nope.
It's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out with just like starting with the
I
party.
think Stacy's gonna set the tone immediately based on whatever card she plays.
All right. So then,
We're
place
going
my
with
card.
Cups. Okay.
Yeah.
Me?
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Well, alrighty then. Well, things are going swimmingly, and we know you picked up a cup as well. So, and now at this point, obviously, if Stacy doesn't have a cup, she can pass.
Okay. We need 6. You said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass.
Okay.
Well, all right.
I will pass.
I'm gonna pass.
I will also pass.
It's probably
So we didn't.
fair.
So we didn't do it.
We did.
Can you count how many cards we have on the table?
Oh, it's just at the same. I thought it had to be in a row.
No.
I was like, we're missing a 4.
Not a straight flush.
All right, so this is going to be a successful party. So a couple things are going to happen. First, what you're supposed to do is go around and tilt all of the cards that were successfully used as a part of this particular parameter, right? So you can hit like E or whatever to tilt it. And that would just be because if you played other cards that didn't get a part of this, or maybe they weren't even related and you were playing them for the items or whatever, we can tell the difference. So now everybody's going to get the score, joy, equal to the stars that are on the cards that were used successfully. So you can go ahead and move your marker, however many stars that is.
Nope.
And all of these, well, they'll stay out for the moment. But then what we're going to do is we look at whoever played the most cards. 2 is the most cards, so we need to draw 2 cards off of the Vice deck and discard them. That's 1.
Oh, there's a 4.
And that's 2. No constables were drawn, so we had a pretty nice party, but nobody was alerted. So now we can safely move all of these cards that were successfully tilted into our reputation.
Do these go face down?
They're actually supposed to be face up in like a fan formation, apparently.
Oh, okay.
At least I think from the latest thing that I saw. Because now this is a whole thing where these are a part of your constable draws and shit. So then we need to look at the Molly that was played was a pentacle. So this was a successful party, therefore pentacles need to be upped in value. Bloop. So now any pentacles that are in your reputation are going to be worth a bonus joy at the end of the week. So that's good stuff. This is bothering me. And then what Stacy needs to do is roll a dice for this Molly to travel.
Where are there they are.
And
5.
it's going to go hang out right next to Shayna.
Thank you.
Cool.
And then that is going to be it for our first party. That was a very painless process.
We did it, guys.
We did
Great
it.
job.
We don't start this iteration of the game with a guilt token, correct, Tristan?
Oh no, we are supposed to have guilt tokens. I forgot. My bad. Yeah, everybody grab a guilt token. If it's an informer, you're allowed to reveal it and throw it back.
How do you do it again? I'm sorry.
So it's F
Uh-huh.
to flip.
Uh-huh.
If you want to put it into your thing, you can just flip it in the box, and we won't be able to see it. But otherwise, if you hover over and do Alt Shift, you can look what's underneath.
Alt
That's what it is.
Got it.
But I'm going to reveal this informer token and draw another one.
And remember, the tokens go back in the orientation that they came out in. Always flip them over. Otherwise,
put it face down.
when you pull up a face up one, it's gonna stay face up.
And then Shayna, you're good to go.
Yes. So what is needed to grab a Molly if I decide to do that?
So you have to reveal as many cards as are next to this Molly. So I don't know how many cards you have. You have 2 cards in your hand, so like you wouldn't be able to grab. I guess she doesn't have a name. You wouldn't be able to grab this one, but like if you wanted to move over here, you would be able to grab this.
Got it. Got it. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go here.
Go into the Covent Garden.
And I just need to read.
So yeah, this one's interesting.
So each time any card is revealed, that player immediately scores it.
So you'll get points as soon as you put a card on the table.
Got it.
But after every single round, we have to draw off the deck and potentially have constables. So we're like partying extra hard.
Got it. Got it.
And apparently there was a whole thing with like kind of like faux baptisms and things like christenings that were done in the Molly houses. I'm not sure of the historical context for that, but it was like a whole one of the big
I think
things.
I'm gonna take this. And then this, I grab this.
Yeah, just a quick, yep, and then you can flip it. And then technically the card that you take would have gone here. It doesn't really matter since it's an item, so it won't affect you, but like if you grab one of these.
I know. And then I will take...
Wow, hearts are just popping off the chain.
I'll take this one.
Okay.
And that's it.
And then you have to refill
Oh,
this spot.
yeah.
And
Sorry.
because look at that. We have our first constable. So with the first constable of a suit, every single person has to take the highest value card from their hand that matches this, so a pentacle, and put it out in front of them. As a reminder, if you are an informer, if you have an informer token, you can lie and say you don't have any. I'm going to tell you right now I don't, after having said that.
I don't.
I don't either.
Okay, and then it's very clearly Shayna is the winner and is going to be arrested.
Bye.
So Shayna, you have a choice.
Yes.
You can either have this card get thrown into the gossip pile, which we know that the high cards are bad as far as the raid track moving, or you can draw 1 guilt token because it's only 1 card.
I'll draw a guilt token.
Okay, so then obviously you can draw the 1 guilt token, look at it. If it's an informer token, you can reveal it, get rid of it. No harm done. If it's not an informer token, then you will definitely have to keep it. But then you have the decision to either stack it on top of this one or put it somewhere else. The reason that you would maybe stack more or less on others, I'm not sure yet. The psychology of like choosing larger stacks from other people, I think is part of the game. Because don't forget, if people accuse you and you're not an informer, you get to put cards from your hand into the reputation pile, and that scores you bonus points. So you can kind of, I guess, try to entice people to pick that you might be an informer, but you'll lose the points that are on those guild tokens. So, but anyway, so you're good. All of those will go back into your hand.
What a team player.
And then,
Not putting the high card in.
Because we drew a constable, the market is now going to be one less. And then obviously patrol moved here, which means both of you are going to be forced to leave this spot, and you none of us can go there currently. So, soup's lame. I think I'm going to just do a basic action. I'm going to reveal 2 cards, and then I'm going to take 1 card at a time. This one is safe. Oops, that one was not safe. So we have to do the same song and dance with hearts. The highest heart that somebody has, I will tell you right now that the highest heart I have is already out. Is Shayna really going to get screwed again?
Yep.
Shayna, I'm sorry, but you are being arrested.
I also don't have any hearts. I don't have any cards.
You have the same situation. You can either get rid of this card, or you can draw another guild token.
I will. Wait. Let's just put this in here.
Okay.
Right?
We don't like that, but go for it.
I know, but it's a lower card. I don't feel so bad.
That's totally fair. And that is going to end my turn.
What is the high card numbers? Like, what is bad? What
4
and above?
plus.
4 plus?
Yeah, 4 to 9 are going to be bad, and then 1, 2, 3s, mollies, and items are going to be low cards.
Cool. Thank you.
Tyler, you are up, sir.
Boy.
There's an interesting psychology and whatnot we have to kind of figure out as far as these stacks go as we get more and more guilt through the game and decide to start accusing one another and whatnot. And then obviously Tyler in general, if you're able to keep an eye on the kind of cards people are revealing, that can be useful information to not only catch them in a lie, but to know whether or not like a festivity is going to be possible or whatever. And I know typically what I try to do is if I'm revealing cards often through actions, I'll try to do like the exact same cards over and over again to not let people see the other ones I have or whatever. There's a lot of little things that you can kind of do.
And so by him going here, that spot is blocked now,
It is
right?
completely blocked. You can't go through it. You can't go to it.
Yeah. So
you wouldn't be able to reach it anyway. No, you would.
1, 2. I suppose the best option now is probably just here.
Probably. And you can look at the top 2 cards.
So top 2,
and you can pick whichever one you might want. And then it technically gets placed in front of you for the sake of because you're going to now
because it's still
draw and it's actually a you might not want to move from that spot. Or
hollow.
I mean, I guess anybody can make it to that spot and take that volley.
Very true. Yeah,
right
it's all close enough for him.
No, Darren's on my desk.
Yeah, and that is it.
All right.
So now that goes into my hand. Now that we're done with that, right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
You know what's really interesting? Tyler's pawn has gone back to being blue.
It's green on mine still.
I load it out and then load it back in to fix the fans, and it's blue again. Now it's green.
It's blue. Oh, no, now it's green. You're right. I was like, it was blue for me again, too.
While Natalie goes, I'm going to quickly take the dog out because he's whining. Be right back.
I mean, I hate to do it while he's gone, but
Natalie's taking your Molly.
Thanks, Tattletale.
That's what I'm here for.
I don't even know what to do with it, so let's see what else.
All right, Stacey.
Sweet. Also, for those watching at home, I used to be La Dog and now I'm Sweetie. Just because, fun things. Let's go. What's this again?
So this is where you can cruise. You can reveal as many cards as you want out here, but they'll all get discarded. But then you're going to draw a card for each one that you've put out, and you can decide if you want it to go into your hand or into your reputation.
Wait, from here?
No, from the Vice deck. Which means if you draw a constable, your turn will end. But it's a good way to maybe get rid of cards that you really don't like, or maybe you're hoping to try to draw some more pentacles or something, and you can put them in your reputation. I mean, there's kind of a few different interesting reasons to go.
Yeah.
Using.
I currently have no cards in my hand.
Well, then you can't go there.
Yeah. So then I think I'm going to just...
I think if you have no cards, then the only option you have right now is to go to the...
That's what I think as well.
Which those are your options, Stacy.
I want this card.
All right, I'll draw for that. And then we have another pentacle on top. And then it's Shayna's turn.
Yes.
What's the quick way to put this in my hand again?
Click number 1.
Number 1.
Thanks.
Can I go here?
You sure can.
And I revealed 2 cards?
You reveal 2 cards because there's a 2.
Excuse me.
Beautiful. And then you'll take that Molly and place it in front of you as well.
Okay. Oops, sorry. There we go.
And then because it costs 2 cards, you're going to have to draw 2 cards. And
Okay.
basically you're discarding them. But if a constable comes up, we have to deal with that.
Okay, am I just oh, I took the whole thing. Okay, I'm just flipping, right?
And that goes into the trash.
Excuse me.
And that goes in the trash. All right.
And I can take these back.
Yep. Not too shabby. All right, so everybody's hanging out in the office. I do have some cards. I don't necessarily dislike my cards, but I don't have enough to pick up this Molly over here. I might actually... Well, now I'm scared because I'm scared. I'm going to stay where I'm at, and I'm going to do 2 cards. Please be good to me. Ooh, this is new and fancy. And please be good to me. Oh, no. All right, well, Tyler's not here, so we have to figure that out.
He's about to come right now.
Okay, great. Well,
Brought the
so
dog back in.
for starters, everybody needs to put the highest cup card from their hand out onto the table.
I have no cups.
I have...
And then...
Tristan, does this count in
yes,
my
it's not in your hands, but it will count towards your total for cups.
Okay, so this does go out.
It doesn't go out. It stays in your reputation.
Oh, great. Okay.
But that's why they're
Yeah, I'm
supposed
back.
to be like face up and like so you can see them.
Got it.
Okay, well, I think
Tyler, if you have any cups, highest cup out. Or
I got
lie,
no
you're an
cups.
informer.
Why would you even? Why would you? I don't have any cups. Thank you.
I'm just gonna double check a thing here real quick, just to make sure I'm good. No. Okay, cool. So actually, no. So yeah, it's only the revealed cards total as far as the constables go, but then the number of cards in reputation and revealed that affect everything else. So actually, Stacy is going to be the one who gets arrested this time because she has the highest.
Oh,
card.
joy.
So you actually have the decision of either getting rid of that card and all of these cards and putting them into the gossip pile, or you have to draw 3 guilt tokens.
3?
Because you have 3 total cups.
But
between
this
your
isn't...
revealed and your reputation.
But no.
Yep. So do you want to get rid of all those cards, all that hard work, or do you want to draw 3 guilt tokens?
No, I guess I'll draw 3.
Okay.
Can I just hit 3 on here or no? No.
You can, no. If you hold right click and then left click, it'll pull multiple items at a time.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just do it this way.
and then again, if you have an informer in there, you can reveal it and toss it, and then whatever is left over, you can decide how you want to divvy them up. If you want to stack them all together, if you want to separate them, whatever you want to do.
How do I view my thing secretly again?
It's Alt Shift while you're hovering over.
Alt Shift. Cool. Thanks.
Shayna, you're good to go.
Oh, okay. Okay, what do I want to do?
Wait, hold on.
What?
I'm pretty sure isn't it Tyler's turn?
Oh,
Tyler,
sorry.
Tristan
Sorry.
just went. Yeah.
Tristan just did this.
Yeah, you're right.
Is it my turn?
That's why we should probably use this pawn for the active player.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll go over here. So
This text does not match the picture.
no.
Oh no.
All
That's
right.
the second one.
That is the second one. So because this is the second heart, every single person has to put out every single heart in their hand.
No hearts.
No hearts.
Well, all right. That was not as exciting. Well, it looks like Natalie is the winner with a 4 of all things. And then I don't think you have any 4s in your reputation, so it's just get rid of that one card or draw one guild token, same as anything else. We're allowed to pull our cards back.
I'm gonna hold on to this card.
Okay.
And draw it.
And then it's your turn.
I really, really want to remember what everybody reveals for these kinds of things, and I really am not going to.
Hey, let's have a kiki.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise.
Ooh. 6-card run. All right, now we're making it complicated.
I do not have any items I would like to play.
I'm not bringing anything but myself.
No items that I would like to play.
I have a weird situation. Because the picture is showing two different suits than the text, and I'm assuming I should go off the text, so I'm not going to actually. Otherwise, I would have.
Fascinating.
What?
No items. No items for me.
So Tyler, just for clarification now, where we're dealing with numbers. So if we were to say do a run that was like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, right? We would say, hey, we did it. But somebody could decide, well, you know what, though? I'm actually going to throw
Excuse me.
a 3 out. And now that 9 is no longer a part of it because we have to go based
The
off
default's
the
lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if there is a tie between values, that's when we would look at the active suits fan. So fan would be the top, and then heart, cup, and then pentacle. So that's how tiebreaker.
This is a scenario where we have two competing runs, or I mean two numbers that could both apply. That's the order that we.
Yeah. So that's how you can kind of be really greedy and snipe, points away from another person by being like, well, if I play this card, suddenly that card's not, it's kind of void. But we do now have to remember that any cards that are not a part of this are going to end up going into the gossip pile, which is kind of interesting.
Right.
But anyway, you start us off. Boom, we're starting
Right
with
in the
4.
middle, so we can
That's
go
good.
high or low.
It's not a bad call.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Stacy has 1 card.
Correct.
So
Correct. Wait, so what is this suit order right now? It goes fan, heart, cup?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass.
All right, she didn't feel like coming to the party.
Nah.
No party for Stacey.
Seems too dangerous for me.
Might as well go home.
It's 6. What is it?
We
6
need
cards
6 numbers in a row.
sequential?
6 in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're in trouble.
Okay, that's very interesting. I'm not gonna pass. Okay, we're going a little low. I don't like that, but that's all right. Okay, we got a 1. That's annoying. Well, I guess it's back to me.
I have to pass.
Oh, wow.
I also have to pass.
Don't be like that.
Where's that 5, bro? Show me the 5.
Is this the first time in like 4 games that we're gonna have a failed festival?
Oh no.
Ugh.
I can't. I can't do it.
Nat threw a party, but not everybody wanted to come.
Yikes. Okay, well, so
I wanted to, I just didn't have the right attire.
yeah, that's fair. All right, well, this party unfortunately was a failure. So what's going to happen is we look at the most number of cards drawn as usual, and we're going to draw that many cards to see if the constables still come because we still partied. Whether or not it was successful is
It was not a hardy party, but it was a party nonetheless.
That's 1, and that's 2. So no constables came. It's totally cool. And then these cards actually will go back into our hands because the festival was not successful.
No.
So we actually aren't going to lose them to gossip, which is kind of nice, I suppose. But nobody's getting any points or anything.
Nobody heard about our party because it
And
was
then-
not good enough.
Yep. And then the Molly is going to travel. Cool. And then we
Well, that
actually
was disappointing.
there's actually a new rule that if you roll a 6 on Molly travel, it goes to the bottom of the deck.
Oh.
So that's fine.
But if she would have rolled a 4, does she still get to decide then?
No, the 4 would have just gone there.
If I rolled a 5, say.
If you
Oh,
rolled a
5, sorry, that's what I
then-
meant to
then
say.
this gets discarded.
That's right.
So
That's
they
what it
just
is.
replace each other.
So that is one thing that I am unclear on is what is the purpose of the location of these?
It's just to randomize where you can go and pick them up more than anything.
I get it. So now they're a spot to go.
So yeah, you go to this to the spot adjacent, and that's where you pay you reveal the number of cards to
Got it.
acquire them.
Got it.
Ew, why is he on me?
Because because you and I
You
were the
didn't-
last two who
yeah.
got arrested.
That did happen.
Did you get arrested last?
Yeah, but we were both standing on the same spot.
Oh, Natalie, no.
Yeah, this is a fat stack of cards over here. We got a
Oh, wait,
line.
are these supposed to be empty? Oh, we got constables. All right, I'll go here.
This has been a weird. The vibe of this first round has been very different.
I want
so
this
far.
guy. And I want that guy. Oh, man.
Hot diggity.
Yes.
I only can take the 2.
Yep. All right, Shayna.
Yes. I am. Hmm. I might just come. It's 2 spaces, right?
You can do 2 spaces, yeah.
So 1 and
You're gonna
2.
throw a party now?
I am.
All right. Man, I wasn't expecting it, but let's go.
Is that
Why
why you
not?
couldn't play in the
She was
last
prepping
party?
for her own party.
That's
No,
Setting up
no.
decorations,
It's a good
picking
reason
the
not to, though.
music.
I've done that before. All right, so we're looking at a 4-card flush. We just need 4 cards of the same suit. We've done the harder version of this.
That's true.
All right, Shayna, are you
Yes.
doing an item?
Yes.
Oh.
She's doing the Gin of Christening. So every time you put a card down, you're immediately going to get the points that card is worth, the stars. But every round, we're going to draw a card off the deck and see if a constable happens. And if it does, then the festival is just immediately stopped. So we could be okay if we just do this in one go and don't draw off, a bad constable off the top. But
If we
there's
draw a
still
constable,
4.
if we
draw
top
a
deck one
constable,
at
it
the
will
beginning.
fail. Period.
Okay.
Even if we have successfully done it, it's going to fail. So she's putting the stakes up. I'm going to not contribute to the items.
No items for me.
None for me.
Not bringing it in.
All right. Start us off. Okie dokie.
Oh wait, we don't have to draw right now.
No, it's at the end of the round.
Oh.
But we get points immediately for playing these. So like Shayna should get 4 points.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. And then I'm
Nice.
gonna get 3. 1, 2, 3. Tyler is contributing properly towards Shayna's. And you shouldn't have to do that, Tyler. They're not sticky.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Natalie's on my side. Also probably just because it's a 9 and it's worth 4. Or 3. What is it? 4? So many. Well, this is going to be rough because we're also probably going to have high card numbers that go into the gossip pile. All right, so we are halfway there on 2 different suits. Okay.
All right.
All right, and now this is where, Shayna, do you want to draw off the top of the deck and see if the party is just like, the cops crash the party to start? No, we're okay.
Hey,
So
party
on
on.
that.
Where does this go? Here?
Yep. And then feel free to play another card or pass.
Ooh.
I don't know what's better to do in this particular situation.
Yeah,
Actually.
I don't know either, but I think I'm just gonna throw this out.
Wow. Oh, okay. Shayna just pivoting. Well, that makes me want to do this then. So now we have fans, but we need one more pentacle, and pentacle is the leading suit, so it will ultimately take.
And pentacle will go up in a point too, so that's better to have in your.
That is true.
I feel like this is the smart thing to do.
Oh, snap. Well, I mean, I don't know what Natalie and Stacy have that could change this up. See, this is interesting. I like this
Gotta
party.
pick a point while I can get it.
Oh no. Oh no.
And then, of course, Tyler, I don't know if you have a Molly or not, but you'd be able to obviously play the Molly, and it would be, whatever
Excuse me.
number would, qualify as being a part of the thing. Obviously, they're
Sure.
not wild as far as their suits. They're always going to be their
Right.
suits, but. And then don't forget also, I guess, for folks, if there's a constable situation, the Mollies count as a value 10 for constables. So you always have to play those out as the highest if you don't already have the highest out, or if they're not already out. What are you doing?
Trying to decide whether I want to cause some problems.
Well, as you can see,
I brought a
it
fancy
does not
gown.
matter to me.
I was not expecting this to go in this direction, but then Shane threw out a fan, and then Tyler was like, "Well, okay," and so now I'm like, "What?"
What's housewife's coif? COIF?
Coif. It's a
That makes more
particular
sense.
Hairstyle.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
a nurse.
hairstyle.
Off I knew. I did not know that's how it's spelled.
I'm going to pass.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
I mean, I guess the party could still fail.
I like that little guy.
Okay, so I guess we're securing fans unless. Well, Shayna, do you want to draw off the top here?
Sure. There it is.
No, it's all for naught. How disappointing.
Well, not for naught. Some people got a lot of points.
I mean,
Like
it's
you.
true.
You got 6.
Yeah, but I'm also for sure getting arrested right now, I think. So yeah, everybody needs to place their highest fan out onto the table if it's not already there.
It is there.
It's there.
Well, then it's definitely me. And I feel like we already have some high cards. Actually, is there only one card? Well, I don't want to throw these big cards into gossip, so I will take these.
Wow. So selfless.
I know, right? And I'm going to stack them on top of each other. And then the party was unsuccessful, so everybody gets to keep their cards, which
It was
is
the most successful
actually
unsuccessful party
kind
ever.
of fun. And then the Molly needs to travel.
Ooh, do I get to roll it?
You sure do. And then this Gin of Christening is just going to get discarded.
So I just hover over it and press R?
Yep.
And it is a 5, so it's going to actually go right here. And the Molly, which actually this is the order of things, as the items go after. Okay. Well,
Cool.
interesting party. Gin of Christening really spiced things up. All right, so we have 7 cards left, and one of these has both. So, I mean, we're running low here. So, as a reminder, Tyler, once 3 of these suits have 2 of their constables out, the game just immediately ends for the week. And if you haven't made it
Right.
home, then you're going to have to just shuffle your hand up, and you're not going to get to choose how it's split between your hand and the gossip pile. So if you really
Right.
care about keeping specific cards or putting specific cards away, you'll want to go home before that happens.
Right.
Where am I? I'm here. I think that it would behoove me to go to Covent Garden, and I think I'm going to take this pretty lady. You know what's not working for me is that have we had any mollies with cups or oh, there's a fan one here. Man, should I have gone over there? I mean, it's too late.
Thus far, we've only found mollies with
We have both of the pentacle
fan
mollies,
and pentacle.
which is crazy.
We started with both the pentacle mollies, I think.
I think I'm going to take this card. All right, well, that worked out for me. That's me.
Okay.
Now we have 5 cards left, 3 of which are constables. BT dubs.
Mm.
Man, this felt like a weird first week. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know, but
I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here and do it.
Ruh-roh. All right, we got
There it
pentacles.
is.
So everybody needs to drop every pentacle they have out onto the table. I do not have any.
I think I'm the highest.
Also, this isn't specifically in the rules, I don't believe, but I think that it's more interesting. We should probably go around in the order of the table because that might allow the informer a better decision
To make a decision.
as
Sure.
to whether they want to lie or if they're like, oh, well, they put the 9 out, so sure, I'll say I'll throw this 2 out or whatever, right? I
Is that because it messed you up last game?
No, it was just something that I thought about that would be helpful or more interesting for the decision there because the informer was kind of nerfed now that there's not a decision between grab and guilt. So I think it's important that you have that turn order to make that decision probably.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
I remember last time you played and you were like, if I would have known you guys weren't playing, you're like, I would have never went down.
Yeah. Shayna, unfortunately, it's you.
It is me.
Do you want that to go into gossip or do you want to draw a guilt token?
I'll take a guilt token.
And then again, if it's an informer, you can say, I don't want it.
It's an informer, and I don't want it.
Okay, cool. Well, that worked out for you. All right. Well, that's it. Take your cards back, and then it's on to Natalie.
Sorry. In the interest of full disclosure, I was disconnected from my computer for the moment, but I would have played this.
That's
Had
fine.
that been
It's all good.
so that
We had the
everything
9 and both of the mollies had been played in that suit. We knew it couldn't be possible.
Is that not the end of the thing? Because there's 4?
There's one more constable. So 2 of the cards for 3 suits are out. So there are 4 cards,
gotcha.
2 constables left. So there's a 50% chance of the game ending on the next card draw, which is most of these actions. So But what's an interesting situation that we don't typically run into is that this Vice deck, or I'm sorry, the Gossip pile, fills the market before we split it, and there's only one card here, so we might not actually have any Gossip after this first week. Oh, that's a lie. I'm sorry, because we have to split.
We're gonna give it cards, right?
Yeah, sorry, that was a lie.
All good.
But we do have to fill more spots.
I think I'm gonna go home.
Okie dokie. Well, moving on to Stacy.
Right. What is this?
And do I play these out face up into my?
They're in your hand.
Okay.
Just stay in your hand.
They stay. Oh, right, because they don't go into your memories.
Right.
What does this one do again? The
Oh.
Axe Hotel?
You
Oh, I can hit the little.
You can reveal 1
That
to
was
3 cards, and then you
wrong
get to
way
draw
around.
that many cards.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, it would not be
Love that.
beneficial to you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that there's an action that's super beneficial unless you wanted to, like, well.
I'm going to go here and reveal 2 cards.
Yep. You are going to be drawing 2 cards by doing this.
Oh, I am?
Yes. Because you have to draw as many cards off the deck as you have to reveal to take the
Well,
money, so.
I'm already here, y'all.
Yikes. Okay.
She has committed.
There's nothing else I could do, so I'm not going to waste my turn.
Do you want to do the honors?
You can go home.
Yeah.
Don't.
No, I can't make it home.
Don't take them back. They have to stay.
My home was all the way over
Hang on,
here.
hang on. Don't put it back.
Oh,
Because we know that there's another fan constable, so you're going to probably get
oh, gotcha.
as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I couldn't
cards.
have made it home. That was 3 away.
You didn't have to do anything.
That's a waste. Where does that go?
Yeah, but we got
Discard.
so many. We got so many
Discard.
cards.
Discard. Okay.
Wow.
There you go. See?
That's
It all worked out for me.
Yes, it did. And no one else.
Shayna.
I'm going home.
All right.
1, 2.
I
Excuse me.
I should do the same, but I don't. No, I can. I can reach. Is that what I want to do? Let's see. There's 2 people out. If I were to try to throw a party right now, how would that work?
Depends on what you need, whether I got what you want.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't. Based on the cards in my hand, I don't feel confident.
You just saw 2 of my hands.
Yeah, I actually was. I blacked out. I don't remember what you had.
I had at least a Molly.
This is an interesting conundrum.
Throw a party.
I don't think that we're gonna make it though.
What's the worst that could happen?
Well, we know that it's we're 100% getting constables drawn, so.
Yeah, but we might make the party succeed.
I know.
And if we don't make the party succeed, it just goes back in her hands.
You know what? I'm gonna just do it. Screw it.
Yeah,
So
party.
So who can't currently? It's just Natalie and Shayna.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna see how this goes, but I need 3
Yeah.
players. So, that's what we're.
Oh.
That's what we're
Have
doing.
another piece of pizza.
I'm still convinced.
And I'm.
Excuse me.
Oh, hang on.
I'm
My
not gonna
keyboard
contribute
just freaked out.
an item. Tyler, do you want to contribute an item?
Yeah, but hang on. My keyboard just freaked out and disconnected.
We don't have time for this shenanigans.
Hang on.
The suspense.
I don't know if this is gonna work out or not. I don't remember what.
That was a lot more bold of a party starter than I thought. My bad.
Well, I don't know. I don't necessarily love the cards that are in my hand either. We just the fact that we only had one successful party and it was the Pentacles. And spoiler alert, I have no Pentacles in my reputation, so I'm just like not feeling the love right now.
I mean,
what are you doing, bro?
I'm gonna try to play this item.
Ooh, what are you doing?
All cards are the same suit.
Even
That's right.
cards are going to give +2. So the way that this works, just to clarify, is the card you play does not have to contribute to this. It's
Right.
just if the party is successful,
Right.
all even cards you played are going to give you +2.
Right.
And then we go to Stacy.
No, I do not have an item I'd like to play.
Okay, great. Well, let's get this party started. I'm going to start with a 3.
Don't have that.
Okay. I feel like we're just going to end up putting a bunch of cards out that oh.
There you go.
Okay.
One
okay.
down.
Okay, well, Tyler, what do you have? Tyler, what do you have? Do you have this?
I do not,
Okay, great.
but I can pair myself.
Hey.
Okay, so that actually kills this 2 and makes it. Oh no, that's good. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
No, those are the only
Yeah,
two
there's no
twos.
killing.
Yeah.
No killing.
Okay, so Stacy, you have a 6. Just make this quick and simple.
Put out my Molly.
Oh my goodness. Well, then I think I'm going to pass then.
Oh, that's everything, right?
It is, unless you want to keep playing cards just for the sake of this, which Tyler is doing.
Question.
Yes.
Because this is a 6, does that count as my even?
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, if Tyler's putting out a card, it's already going to get played anyway.
I mean, yeah, I guess why not? Just remember that we're going to be stacking the gossip pile by doing this. Anyway, I have passed, so it's both of you right now.
It's okay. Both our cards are
I'm
low.
stacking them low, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Do you have any
So
more
we're
you
just
want to
helping
contribute,
the
Tyler?
system.
No, I'm good.
Stacy?
I am also good.
All right, so let's just confirm here. So we have your Molly and my 6. We have your 3 and my 3, and then 2 of Tyler's 2s. Right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you're going to earn joy equal to the value of the tilted cards. So like I'm getting 5.
So I get 2 for the Molly?
Yeah, so they're always
Because it has 2 stars?
Yeah, they'll always be worth 2.
Okay.
And then you'll get
So I get
total because of
4. Okay.
that. And then we know that the party was successful, so hearts are going to be worth something. We know that we're drawing the rest of the deck because.
Hold on. Let me add my even, right? +2 for each even card. So
Actually,
another
we're not drawing
4.
the rest of the deck. We're only going to draw this one, which is kind of interesting. So we actually have to do fans. So not Natalie and Shayna because they are home, but the rest of us do need to put out all of the cards, which is actually interesting because these are going to end up going into the gossip pile because of this. Okay. Well,
It's you, right, Tristan?
I obviously win.
Yeah.
Because you have 11, but I have more than 11. So assuming this is correct, which is interesting, we know that these are going to the gossip pile anyway. And I guess the question is, do I care about putting this into my reputation? Since it's not going to score anything, but if it's in my reputation, it will start in my hand, and that's something. But these are also high cards that will.
So that means my 2 right here are going to go into the thing because I had to place them out.
So I think I'm going to not draw guilt, and I'm just going to take the hit to all of my fan cards.
Wait, why did you have to play that card, babe?
I played it to get the +2.
Oh, that's that one. Right. Sorry. Yep.
This is the extra fan that I had in my hand.
Got it.
Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Advanced console drawing card numbers, score joy into the tilted joy. Oh, okay. So I actually, if I take the guilt, technically I wouldn't score this card. So you know what? I'll take the guilt because I want the 3 points because it puts me with y'all. Please hold while I look at this.
Holding.
Can I put this in my? Can I put this in my pile over here now?
Yeah. So now that we've done this song and dance. I'm going to put that one there, and I'm going to put this one here. So yeah, so any tilted cards are going into your reputation, and then any untilted cards are going to go into the gossip deck.
That's crazy that the fan that we had to put out goes in here too.
Yes, it is. Very crazy. And also, this Molly is getting bumped again. And then
Oh, that one doesn't get rolled?
it did get rolled. I rolled a 5.
It did.
And there was a Molly here.
Oh.
Okay, so that is the end of the week. If you did not make it home right now, you need to shuffle up your hand and split it evenly between gossip and your hands, and
Running up or running down.
and you can decide if it's if you've only got one or if it's odd. You can decide how you want to split that up. So like I'm just gonna hold on to the card that I have. We'll do
I have no
this.
cards, so easy enough.
Okay. So then what we're going to do is actually score reputation now before we go into the gossip phase. They swapped those two. So what you're going to want to do is basically pull your reputation cards out and look at what suits are matching anything that is worthwhile on the memory scoring chart. So right now, pentacles are going to be worth 1 joy each, and hearts are going to be 1 joy each. So you get points accordingly. So I'm going to get Uno for my heart. Shayna had just a cup. And then that's that song and dance. And then basically all of these can just go back into your
Oh, I have
hands.
one.
Yeah, you have a pentacle.
Did I'm sorry, I didn't see. Did Shayna and Natalie, did you guys put in your cards into the bad pile?
Yeah, I did that when we went home.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the whole reason I went home, because I didn't want it to be random.
So we need to refill the market to start.
Aw, all low
Oh,
cards.
no.
And then we have to put 2 in the
That
discard.
was one high. Woo!
Yeah. Not good.
Boo.
All right, so we have a difference of 1 going towards the high card.
Excuse
So
me.
our raid track is going to be 1. And then that is how the game is played. And that's week 1 done.
That's hip hop.
You're totally fine. You didn't. We already did all the scoring of reputation. You just need to take your cup back. You didn't get anything because cups aren't anything.
Tyler has mysteriously gone blue again. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you either.
I did go blue. That's weird.
Last time we played, was the 0 spot right here, was that worth 1?
No.
I don't know why in my brain it was, no matter what, it was always a point.
Nope.
Get out of here with that business.
So what exactly happened?
So the game was finished for the round. We scored cards from our reputation. You only had a 5 of cups, and cups are
Right.
not worth anything. That goes
Okay.
back to your hand. We refilled
Great.
all of the open spots, and we had the raid track moved up 1. So
Okay.
not too horrible considering everything.
Okay.
And now we're into week 2, and it's Tyler's turn.
Great.
What's everybody's hands look like? 4, 3, 4. That's all right. That's interesting. Everybody's pretty even.
Starting week 2 and I haven't even been home yet. We're grinding.
Out all night.
Let's
Party
go.
animal.
And then this round should typically the first round seems to take longer, especially if things are kind of being figured out. So I imagine this will play quicker.
Okay. Well, I will.
Fans. We have had no accusations so far, which is interesting. But I guess there's really been no reason to accuse.
J'accuse.
I'm just gonna stay where I'm at actually. Take that guy.
And you can draw 1 more if you want.
Take that guy.
Nope, don't do that.
All right, if we can get to the bottom, y'all.
Oh shit! You know what? I forgot we were supposed to add a new Molly and a new item, so I'll just shuffle it up anyway.
Fair enough.
Take that one.
Ooh, that was the
I'm gonna
one.
take that one.
Let's start off with
Aw.
cups.
Ooh.
Well, oh, thank goodness you have a 9. Shayna doesn't have any.
What is it? Cups?
Highest cup have to be put down. All right, well, Natalie, do you want to throw that into gossip or take a guilt, and everybody else can just take their card
This one,
back?
it's just
Yeah.
9.
Just a 9.
Well, that's not fun. But okay.
Oh shit.
Hey, I went home specifically for good reasons, and y'all had a party without me. Y'all suck it.
We had a great party. I apologize that you weren't there.
Yeah. All right. Well, actually. Oh no, what a plot twist. I was about to go there. Even though she didn't take a guilt token?
Yeah, it still moves regardless because they were arrested. It's just you're deciding how to handle that arrest.
Okay. Okay. Am I allowed to see what the second card is on here or no?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is there only one card? No, there's not.
No.
I just didn't quick enough. Okay, I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the one.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Jaina.
Yes. Um, where can I go? St. Andrews is accusing. Is that what it is?
So this allows you to accuse anyone, whereas you
Uh
were
huh.
always allowed to accuse whoever's in your space at the end of the turn.
Got it.
Oh.
But also this allows you to potentially swap out guilt. Though I think you only have
Two.
single stacks, so you're not allowed to because there's only one in
Yeah.
each.
And what is the
Cruising is that you
cruising?
can discard as many cards as you want. You'll put as many cards out, and then you get to draw that many, and you get to decide for each card if you want it to go in your hand or go into your reputation.
Okay.
But the cards that you reveal you're not getting them back.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go there.
Okay.
And
And you can
I
do as many as you want.
will. And they go into my reputation or no?
These cards are going to get thrown away.
These cards get thrown away.
You are drawing randomly off of the deck
Okay.
and then deciding on each card. Obviously, if a constable comes up, then it just
Right.
sucks. But
I'm just gonna do one.
okay.
And
So
then
just click
put
one
this in the
while you.
discard.
Not yet. So hover over,
Oh.
click one, and if it's a constable, tell us.
Oh, I took two. I'm sorry.
Just put the other one on.
Okay.
Back in there.
Flip it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You're fine.
Was it a constable or no?
The one I drew, no.
Okay, so you can decide to keep it in your hand, or you can put it in your reputation if you want.
I will keep it in my hand.
Okay, and then that will get discarded,
Mm.
and that's how we play the game.
That's cool.
I can't go this
That
way.
it goes to your
Dang it,
reputation.
I can't get that Molly. I am actually kind of curious. I think I'm actually going to go cruising as well. And I'm going to play these two. Be good to me. I'm going to put that into my reputation. Oh my god. Drew constable. All right, well, play your highest pentacle out.
Oh no.
I think you're okay because she
Oh my god.
she got the Molly, which is a 10.
Oh.
Okay, well, same decision as before. You can throw that Molly into gossip, or you can take a guilt token. And then, yeah, everybody else can take their card back, and Tyler can go ahead.
I drew an informer token, and I'm
Okay.
putting it back.
Whatever you say. Decisions. All right. Gonna go schmooze at the hotel and the coffee house. All right.
Do two.
Okay. So then do the same thing that I did, where you're just gonna draw
Yep.
one at a time into your hand, and if a constable comes up, throw it down.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh wow. Okay.
Right away.
Well, everybody, please throw every pentacle out onto the table.
So this 7 for you counts, yeah?
No, this does not count. It's only revealed that counts. But if you're arrested, these will count as cards that have to be thrown into
Gotcha.
gossip or towards your guilt this
Okay.
turn. I think
This is the most unfortunate thing that's ever happened.
Tyler
Oh my gosh.
decided he was going to try to hold on to all that, and it bit him hard.
The odds were so low.
So yeah, so you have a decision. You can get rid of 4 of those cards, or you can draw 4 guilt tokens.
Is that like all of your cards, Tyler?
I mean, all but one.
I assume you're not going to want to get rid of those.
No, those are all at least a point if you can play them.
But maybe it's interesting to just throw them all into gossip. I don't know.
Taking guild tokens.
Okay. Well, you were the one that got arrested, and then, oops, I just threw that into your hidden zone. So, thank you.
Okay.
I don't want to be an informant.
That's fair. I'm curious if anybody is an informant currently.
I think everyone has at this point had the possibility of grabbing informer tokens. So.
Yeah, but you could have had multiple and only put one away. I don't know what your life is.
Am I supposed to
Me?
take my card back?
Last
into
time
my
I
hand?
only drew one.
Yeah, everybody can take their cards back. Hmm.
Boo.
I am going
Everybody's going cruising. This is interesting.
cruising.
I'm curious what the reasoning is.
Getting stuff in your area.
Oh, for fuck.
Wow. Well, that's cool. Everybody plays
I don't
for
have any
highest
hearts.
heart.
No
Am I
heart.
gonna lose again with a 4?
That is really funny because I think it was hearts as well last time. And
It
while there's like
was.
an 8 just sitting in the market. Well,
Sorry.
I mean, these are getting
I had my headset
discarded.
off. What was happening?
Do you have any hearts?
She-
Highest heart.
she drew hearts again.
No,
Yeah, so
no
yeah,
hearts.
it's you again with the 4.
Well, this is getting discarded regardless.
Oh.
So
Fair enough. And that's no more cruising for us right now.
What? Everyone got to do it except me.
Yep.
I didn't say I got to do anything.
Oh wait, what did you do, sweetheart?
Pushed my luck and got my ass kicked.
You can look at the
I revealed 2 cards to draw cards into my hand, and the first card I drew was a constable.
That's right.
So I got nothing.
I think I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna take that. Take that 6.
And then we'll discard off the top and move on to Shayna.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Oh, did we discard off the top from my last time?
I don't know, did we?
I don't think we did. I think we just went straight to Shayna.
Well,
I didn't realize that was part
Don't
of the
worry
thing.
about
My
it.
bad.
Everything would have been different.
it's all good.
It's true. Let's
No need
backtrack.
no need to backtrack.
I'm going to grab. I'm gonna take this one.
Okay.
And then
Yikes, guys.
Holy shit!
Not going well. All right, reveal every cup in your hand.
No cups.
I don't have
I
any
don't
cups.
have any cups.
So this is not great because this week could just suddenly end if a heart is drawn. Shayna.
Yes.
Oh no, what did we just draw? Cups?
It's me again.
It's Tyler. So yep, you can throw that into gossip or just draw one guilt. Yikes, this is
Do I still have one pull, or did that end because?
that ended.
Okay,
I don't
so I
want to
get.
be an informant.
So you'll just get this one card,
Okay.
unfortunately. Yikes. I don't know what what to do at this point. Now it's super sketchy.
Fuck, maybe I do want to be an informant. This is getting bad.
I think gonna go and hope I don't get screwed over like Tyler.
I mean, at this point, Tyler, it doesn't look like we're in any danger of the house closing particularly,
I'm good.
but
Right.
Oh, I was reading your item.
it might just be a very short week.
My item is if you contribute cups or pentacles, you'll get +2 joy. But this is the card I had before, but it's pentacles and fans on the icon. So I was like, oh no, which one do I go for? But I'm pretty sure
Gotcha.
it's just
Yeah.
text. But I don't have the other
Oh,
items to
gotcha.
like verify.
What does it say?
It's for pentacles and cups. You get +2 points.
Oh, I see.
That's cool. Play that right. Goes really nice.
Because we didn't have suit based ones before.
No, we just had color-based ones, so like red cards and black cards.
Yeah, but I guess we don't
I-
we don't have red and black cards anymore, so that's
Yeah, so
I'm
they've
gonna
actually
stand
made
still
them.
and do the exact same thing I did last time.
okay.
Whoa.
Safe.
Okay.
Safe.
Really?
No,
Which one? Oh, you're good.
I'm good.
You freaked out. I thought it was bad.
You freaked out. I said safe.
Oh, okay. Well, I couldn't hear it because you're an echoey mess right now.
I'm.
This is so
Think-
interesting that we're all just like doing the same things.
Well, there aren't that many options right now at the. I don't have any cards.
That is a problem.
Oh, god damn it!
Well, guess what?
Holy shit.
The week is over. So everybody play all your
Wow.
cards.
Oh, come
No
on.
fans.
Why?
Playing all my cards,
I'm so
All
sorry,
hearts.
Tyler.
even items.
Hearts, all hearts.
Oh, hearts. I got it. Okay, I thought you said all cards, and I was
No,
like,
no,
what?
I still don't have hearts.
Okay, well, yeah, Tyler, unfortunately,
You're looking at every card I have.
you picked up that Molly. So go ahead and decide. I mean, fattening the gossip deck with low cards isn't a bad thing, I suppose. But none of us get to decide how we're splitting our decks, which is
It doesn't matter anyway.
the problem.
It's not like. Yeah.
So both of these are gone.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. So everybody, take your cards back into your hand. We unfortunately are done with week 2, and I don't think we partied at all.
Nope.
So
I was going to.
if you all want to put your cards out and shuffle them up and split them as evenly as you can, and just randomly decide
What's shuffle
going
again?
where. R. And I'm going to throw these here, I think, and then I will take these 2 back. Are they good? Yeah, that's all right.
One, two, 1, 2.
Oopsies.
Huh.
How do I grab them all at the same time?
You click and hold.
Hold down, yeah.
There we go. Thanks.
Okay. So everybody got their stuff back?
Yep.
No.
Okay.
No.
It looks like, unfortunately, I'm the only one that has a reputation, and that was purely luck from cruising. So I'm going to get 1 point from that and take that back into my hand. We are going to get rid of this. We're going to take, this has got 15 cards in it. We're going to refill the market and the discard.
Oh, nice.
And we're going to see how this is going to shake out. And this seems to be shaking out quite all right. Okie dokie. Well,
Damn. Stace, you have a couple cards in your hidden area now.
I do?
Yeah.
I don't see
Just
anything.
really toss them in there.
No, there's nothing in there.
Okay, two cards went there.
Yeah, I saw at least a 3 of something that got sucked in.
There's nothing in my thing. Is it this card down here?
Yes.
Possibly, yeah. You have
Stacey,
whatever's in this area we can't see.
Oh, the corner. The
And yeah,
Yeah, no,
anything
if
right
it's
here, we can see.
if it's partially in here, like if it's
did we
just
move
like
it? Or we
like
good?
you see how
There you go. Yeah, it was
quickly
both
it
of those.
goes.
Okay.
Gotcha. I was like the
And
bottom
here's
right
the
corner was on it.
Obviously,
Yeah.
good prevailed, so the track is going to move back as far as it can. So short week, ultimately nothing too horrible, but not as fun.
Says you.
Well, yeah.
You got a point, Tristan.
Yes, I did. Thank you. We're going to go into week 3. Shuffle. And then whose turn was that? That was
Mine. No, that was no, I didn't go
it's
yet.
yours
That was
now.
Natalie's.
Yeah,
It is my turn.
It is
Go
Stacey's
for it.
turn.
I'm gonna get my Molly back. Thanks. Man, I was gonna throw an epic party, y'all.
Well,
I don't know why you're complaining.
I
I'm
have
gonna
one
go
card.
ahead
Stacey.
and take this one.
Okay.
And then grab this and flip it.
That's good.
Nice.
Do you want another?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Press that luck.
I'm gonna take this one.
Yes,
take
dude.
Nice. Easy peasy.
Oops. There we go. Cool.
Once again, I am one card short of getting this damn Molly.
See, that's what happened with us putting in those 2 cards. I was all set to go here and like get this. I want pretty Chris.
Such frustration. All right, I'm gonna go over here, and
Tyler and I both lost a Molly to
I'm
that
taking
too.
this card.
They're so pretty.
Same.
And I had a Molly that was going to work really well for the cards I had.
Yeah,
Tyler.
I had a Molly that was going to work really well for the cards you had also, which is why I didn't play it.
Yeah.
So
I
how
also-
do I get these
yeah.
cards into my reputation?
Not for me.
Boop boop boop. I guess now I'm starting to feel like I have these cards that I absolutely want to cash in my reputation, and now I'm like, is anybody an informer? Like, because if I can successfully accuse someone,
Jesus
then I can just
Christ.
dump all of these cards. But I don't know if anybody is, so it's upsetting. Well, I've got an 8.
I don't care for this game so far. Just jokes.
Shayna, no fans?
Yes, fans.
Only fans.
Only fans.
Well, you're the winner. So
Woo!
you can
Congratulations.
get rid of the Molly, or you can draw a guild. Everybody take your cards back.
I will take a guilt.
Fair enough.
Stacy worked so hard to get that Molly back.
Yes, I did. What do I do to look under my things again? Alt.
Alt shift.
Actually, I would go here.
Oh yeah, sorry, Stacey's one better.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, it's not my turn. It's Natalie's. I just lost.
I'm starting to wonder if St. Andrews should be like a way that you're allowed to like rearrange your guild tokens or something as well. Only because I want to do that. for myself. Oh no!
Well, that happened.
Is it me?
I don't have any pentacles.
It's
Yes, it
me.
is.
I'm gonna just take the guilt. Yeah, that's fine. However, this was the whole reason that I set this up so I could know what some of these. Oops, I picked up. Yeah, this is 2. Oh no, there's 3 stacked here. I gotta remember what this game is, yo.
I wish on the mod we were able to see how many were in the stacks as we hovered over them.
Yeah, you can't do that with tokens for some
Right.
reason. It would be nice also if you have them stacked to be able to see all of them and not just like the top one if you all shift over.
No, I don't want it. I don't want to change my mind.
You can't even like highlight them and search them, but that's all good.
No, you can't. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't want it.
What's happening?
I was trying to decide if I wanted the 7. I'm
Okay,
good. Just the 1.
That's it? Did you replace the card
Yep.
or no?
I did.
Okay.
Yep.
There you went.
Moving on.
Woohoo.
Oh,
I'm gonna go here,
dang.
and I reveal 4 cards, right?
Sure do.
Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3
You best throw a party with that.
and 4.
All right. So then she goes into your revealed as well, and then you're going to draw 4 cards from the vice deck, one at a time. We
1,
are good.
2,
We are good.
3,
Ooh. There
4.
it is.
Oh.
That's the second fan. So all fans need to be placed there.
It's me, guys.
Yeah, you are 100% the winner here.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, well, everybody else can take their cards back.
Spoilers, I'm taking the guilt.
Yeah, Stacy takes 3 guilt.
If any are informers, I just only return the 1.
You can return as many of the informers as you want, and then you can divvy up the guilt tokens into your stacks how you want.
I don't
But yeah.
want it.
If you draw an informer, you do not just get to get rid of the entire back to one.
I think we should be able to.
Man, Stacy has so many things, but I mean, I guess I don't know. I want to accuse so bad, but I don't. But I guess there's also the argument to be made that like Tyler and Stacy are up here with me, and if I accuse you, you're going to lose points either way. But I do have to chance that I won't accuse you, and you would be able to like throw
Excuse me.
cards down. And so far, you guys all have a decent amount of cards, so that is potentially troublesome.
How do you see how many are people in people's stacks?
You don't.
You can't.
That's
just
why
have to
that's
eyeball
what we
it.
were talking about
If
a
you
minute ago.
if you hold right click and then like move the mouse, you can change the angle of the camera, and you can kind of see.
Yep.
I'm here, and I can now take things. That changes things. Except I'm gonna like damn myself here probably. I'm gonna
if you take that 9, we're gonna draw that.
I know, that's my thought process. I'm gonna go to St. Andrews, and I'm gonna play this game. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick this stack, just so everybody sees what I'm doing. This stack has 2 in it, so I am drawing 1, right?
Yep.
And then what I'm doing is I am going to decide whether or not I want to swap here, and
So you can swap 2 for the 1?
Yes.
That's how, yeah, you draw 1 less than the stack, and then you pick which of the 2 options you want.
I am not going to take this option. And that's upsetting. And then I get to draw a card.
Bearing in mind that if there's an informant in the stack that you chose from yours, you can trade that. You can't get rid of the informant in your
You
stack.
remember what I was saying about you drawing that
Yeah, man.
that constable?
Guess what? So that's the second pentacle. So everybody's got to play all of theirs.
So it's going to be between you and Tyler.
It's Tristan. Thank God.
It's so annoying. Well, I think I'm gonna just keep this. But my turn's not over yet because.
J'accuse.
Oh my god!
Who are you going to accuse?
I
To
feel like
accuse?
it's just I want to accuse.
Do
Who's
the
been
thing.
arrested recently? Mostly Stacy and I don't know that Tyler has, and I don't think Tyler is dumb enough to have gone informer with the way the state of the game's going, but I don't know. I just honestly what I'm looking at is
So should I be
I
insulted if you
I
accuse me?
want to well no, but I want to see if I can knock you guys down a peg points wise is kind of the main thing, but me doing this does mean that if I don't reveal you as an informer, like if you have just like I know you have a card of or a bunch of pentacles, like you could just dump them all into reputation. So that being said, actually, I'm not going to choose Tyler. And I'm going to choose Stacy, and I am going to.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say this pile. I would like you to reveal, please.
Are you sure that pile?
Yep.
Okay.
I hope that they're big
Uh-oh.
numbers. Or an informer would be amazing. That's
Ooh.
minus 4 points for
Wow.
Stacy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, babe.
1, 2, 3, 4. But here's the good news: you are allowed to put as many cards as you want into reputation right now because of that. And then
And
these
what is it?
actually go
It's
back into the back. Interesting. Okay. Part of me thinks so that this is kind of how the accusation game has changed. Is that now it is more enticing to be like, yeah, sure, maybe you're going to get a bonus point this round, but I knocked you down 4, so maybe you should.
100%. They're trying to incentivize you, like
yeah.
going after people that are ahead, so that you can kind of throttle them yourself.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna throw this one in there too, just in case. What if that becomes a thing?
Okay, Tyler.
All right. Whatever, man.
And then, as a reminder, again, right? This is not the accusation space. This is just you can accuse anyone, but you're allowed to accuse whoever you are sharing a space with at the end of your turn. So, go into the Axe Hotel and Coffee House.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and draw 2 cards one at a time. So I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's nuts.
Both cards are safe.
Hey, all right, you're
Nice.
good. Take your cards back, and it's on to Natalie.
Oh no, they fell.
Oh no.
You know what? We're gonna try this again.
Going cruising for a bruising.
We're gonna try this again because I've had bad luck.
All right, let's see. Hand or reputation. Keeping it in the hand. All right.
And oh well, there you go.
Damn. All right, everybody. Highest
Ooh.
cup needs to be put down.
No
I'm
cup.
not even doing well enough to go informer.
I don't have a cup.
No cups for me.
I've got one.
Well, you won by 1 again. 5, 4. I'm so
Fucking
sorry,
hell.
Natalie.
Sorry, Nat.
That's rough for you.
Yeah.
But this is
Stacy.
why we play test, right? Is to see how these situations arise.
I'm gonna throw a
And
party.
Cole.
Yay, party.
We're
Oh, I love
doing a 6
parties.
card run. Okay.
I'm gonna go get a drink. I can't. I don't have anything I can play. So have fun.
You have a card
Enjoy
in
your
your thing.
party.
Items. Stacy?
No item for me.
Shayna?
Yeah, I'll throw this in.
Oh, we're
Ooh.
doing even cards again. Okay. Tyler? And we're doing, and
Ooh.
don't be fooled by the picture. This
Cups
is
and pentacles.
Cups and pentacles.
No fans.
Okay, I have a feeling a lot of cards are going to get played, whether or not they contribute. I don't know, but
Well, I wonder if that means Natalie wants to play since she has one card.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a Molly or an item, and she was like,
Well,
okay.
Molly's could be played, but yeah, item.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. So I'll start us off.
Yep. Okay.
Me?
Yep. Going low.
mean, 6 is in it either way.
Yeah. What are you doing, Tyler?
I don't have a lot of options, actually, based on what you guys just played.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, that's gonna be a problem for me then. And then we're assuming Natalie skipped, so or passed, so we'll just
Mhm.
go on,
well,
and we can maybe retroactively
sorry,
if
love.
she decides against it.
It is what it is.
Okay, well, spoiler alert, these things are not necessarily working in my favor. Um,
We need a 3 and a 5.
yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Hey, we just need a 5. Or a Molly.
Or a
So the
Molly.
cards that I play that are not contributed to the party, what happened to them again?
So you'll still score off of them if they are attributed to the
Right.
items, but then they are going to go to the gossip pile.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean that's a 4-point card. That's actually gonna be 6 if it's in the mix.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It won't be, but I'll get the 4.
Back to Stacy.
I'm gonna pass. I don't have any more cards in my hand.
Okay.
Oh.
Sheena.
So what happens if I play a Molly? What would it become?
It
A
will
5.
it will become whatever you want it to be that can be used in the mix. We have
Which-
been doing it before where it was kind of just fluid and it constantly shifted, but we're kind of in between how that's working officially. But
The only thing we're missing is a 5, though, yeah?
yeah, if you wanted to play it as a
To
5,
play it at
then
that number, yeah.
you would guarantee that we're set.
Do I lose it if I play it?
If you play it, it will travel.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't go back in her hand?
No,
Nope.
all Molly's travel.
It's part of the party.
Oh, because it doesn't go to the thing. You're right.
Hmm. I'll play it. Why not?
Okay, so that's the 5.
Yeah.
So we currently have 1 through 6 on the table.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, against my better judgment, but not really because I am trying to eke out as many points as possible. I am going to play this. So is Tyler. Back to Shayna.
I think I pass. I don't see any reason to play anything else. So yeah.
I too shall pass.
I'll pass.
Okay.
Oh, if I would have saved my cup, I could have played it and would have got
So
2 points.
we
I
know.
I don't know why you threw that.
We know
I
for
don't know.
a fact that my 3, Shayna's 5,
And 2.
this 2, Tyler's.
No, my
No,
1.
Stacy's 1.
Oh,
I got nothing.
sorry. Stacy's
sorry.
1.
Yep.
Shayna's 4. Oh, you got
And then
nothing.
my
None of
6.
your.
Yeah,
votes.
nothing played. No.
Oh, okay, cool. So everybody's score, Joy, based off the stars of these tilted cards,
2, 3, 4, 5.
and then
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
score based off of the items for all of the cards because the party was successful.
So +2 for each even. So
Oh, wait.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one was just for cups or pentacles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even though none of my cards were used,
you're still scoring.
One,
I still contributed to a successful festivity?
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, man, we stayed tied.
I know.
You got 10 points, huh, sweetheart?
We got 8.
Nonsense.
You got 8?
Yeah.
Tristan, I have a question.
Yeah.
This dress for the
Oh, I'm
ball,
sorry.
do they need to switch the icons?
Yes, they do. Yeah. The
Okay.
pictures
I
are-
just got it.
Yeah, just go off the text.
Got it.
Yep, it's
Cool.
Okay, so now we have what max of 3 cards were drawn, so we need to draw 3
Yeah.
cards off the deck. That's 1, 2. Wow.
3.
Okay, no constables. So now
Ooh.
all of your tilted cards need to go into a reputation, except for the Molly, because
Which travels,
the
and I
Molly
get to
will
roll
travel.
for that, right?
Who started the party?
I did.
Stacy. So Stacy rolls for it.
Yeah, and then all of the non-tilted cards are going to go into the gossip pile.
So I'll roll for my Molly first.
Yeah, you can do them in whatever order you want.
2.
So that's the 2. So that goes there. Shayna, I'll roll a 1 for you.
No, it's okay. Don't worry.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
it's going to the bottom of the deck per the new rules. So that's a bummer. And then Stacy, you can decide in what order you want to discard the items.
Oh man, I don't want to discard
Yeah,
any of
let
them because the
Molly's
Molly's
go.
the second. Yeah.
Well, that one's
Can't
not.
worry about that.
And then, did we adjust this? It was
No.
No.
It was fan, right?
It was a fan. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So now fans are worth something. I wish I had more cards in my reputation. That is it. That's a successful party. We move on to Shayna.
Great.
We are only 1 cup constable away from the week suddenly ending again, but we have 18 cards, so who knows?
I'm gonna go here, I think, because I need cards. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Excuse me.
And you specifically, I guess you only have 1 card. Yeah, that's fair.
I have 1 card, so yes. I will take this 7.
Okay.
And I will grab this and I will flip it, and it's a 6. And then I think I honestly will probably take the 6, grab this, and flip it.
Nice. Success.
I like it.
I had a bunch of cards that I wanted to throw into reputation, and then they got thrown into gossip. So now I just have this card I don't really care for. I don't like having 1 card. I can't go this way either. Oh man, I don't want to go anywhere. Do I care about these cards? I could just stay here, I guess. You know what? I think that's the better move for me. I'm actually going to stay here, and I'm going to try to have a better time of absolving my guilt again. So I'm going to pick this 3 stack. So this is going to be a 2 stack. Boop. Right. So yeah, that was the stack I wanted, and then I think that's right. Let me just double check that this is correct as far as how this action goes. Yeah. So this is totally cool. So what I'm doing is, hey guys, this is an informer token. So therefore, I am swapping this stack of 3 for this stack of 1.
Oh.
So that was very successful on my part. I get to draw a card. Hopefully it's not a constable. It was definitely not a constable. And then I can decide if I want to accuse again. And I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to accuse Tyler.
Oh.
Please show me that stack.
I'm surprised you didn't accuse me since I have no cards to put in.
Well, he's now ahead of me.
Uh.
All right.
Ooh.
Well, I think he got rid of a lot of his pentacles, so I don't know what he has, though, that he might want to dump into reputation. But obviously, you can put as many cards as you want into your reputation.
I'm good.
Fair enough. Well, I got him knocked down by 1 behind me, so that's something, I guess. Just trying to push all the buttons, you know? We got a new accusation system. Want to see how it shakes out. Plus, I feel like it's the only thing I can do to like get you guys off my tail. But now Shayna had a killer party last round, so she's made her way up.
Ooh.
I mean, I'll be taking that.
What's their name?
Well, I'll tell you in a second. It's Aunt England.
Aunt England.
I was told that we can expect some pretty great art for the mollies as well. They're all going to be different. I think based on historical figures,
Cool.
historical mollies. So that should look pretty cool.
Excuse me.
Well, there's no chance of me ever catching up to anyone. So
Is that true though? I think you're in a really interesting situation to push some buttons in the game and see what you can do with your position.
I'm gonna come here.
So what's the? Do you have stack? Those are 2 stacks that you have.
Oh yeah, sorry, I can't do that because it's just one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna accuse Tristan.
Interesting. Which stack?
That big one.
That wig one.
How do you point?
Bum 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 bum.
Thanks, Nat.
For,
Scream.
for no reason other than why should I not?
Not wrong.
That's totally fair. I think at
So
this
there's no punishment for if you guess incorrectly?
there is
Like
He
last
doesn't get
time.
to score. Now he does.
yeah
He gets
the
to put
punishment
things in his.
is that I was able to secure this card.
Gotcha. Because like remember last time, like if you were in.
Right.
Oh no, it's if I was correct, you got to steal someone's card.
Last time, yeah, there we played a where I would get hurt by the amount of guilt that you flipped, and if I was correct and you were an informer, you would get hurt by the guilt, and then I would steal a card from your hand before it was discarded. But now I don't lose anything for incorrectly accusing. I just don't gain anything. I guess is kind of
So it's more incentive to accuse because there's no
yeah, and
downfall.
also again, as we're seeing, like now is a way for us to try to like be aggressively score these. So now we're like, I don't know, we're like gossiping negatively around one another to hurt our joy or something. I don't know
Yeah.
what the
And
mechanics of it are.
to be fair, if it was the old rules when I accused Adam, he wouldn't have won because he would have
That's
had an
true.
informer token in front of him forever.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Are we on Stacy's turn? Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh shoot!
Did you draw a card, Natalie?
I couldn't take the action on the square, so it doesn't matter. I assume.
Oh, that's true. I guess that's actually a good question. Is do you have to do the whole action, or can you do part of the action? I mean, I guess no. I guess that makes sense. Is you would do the first part and then go into that's like the cleanup part of the action. I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah, to me it makes sense that I literally I cannot take the action. I moved in order to be able to accuse you.
Right.
All right, I want to try it.
Okay. So you're picking a 2
So I'm
stack.
doing a stack of 2.
So you're
Yeah.
doing a
So I
one.
grab one.
Yep. And then again, like this is an example. If you drew an informer token, you can say, "Hey, I drew an informer token," and toss it, and then basically swap a 0 stack for the 2 stack that you have, right?
Yeah. So then I can.
But of course, if you have an informer token in that 2 stack, you can't swap it unless you just drew an informer.
Okay. So if I want to keep the 1,
Then just plop it down
and then the other 2.
and just go back in the bag. And then you will draw a card, and then you can decide if you want to accuse someone. Unless it's a constable, then we have to do all that first.
It is not.
All right.
Um.
And you can accuse anybody since you're at the church.
I'm gonna. J'accuse Tyler with his 1.
All right. Loses a point. Well, now Tyler has no guilt whatsoever.
I don't feel bad about it at all.
All right, Tyler, are you throwing anything in reputation? I assume things have not changed since last time. I don't know. Oh, that's good.
Oh my gosh! What a plot twist.
Jenna.
But he
I
wasn't
could throw
going
a
to.
party, but you start accusing me. I'm just going to stay at home and drink tea.
Two.
Ooh, you picking up the Molly?
Yeah, and I
Drink a
will
nice
reveal
cold tea.
1,
That's right.
2.
Okay. And then she'll come and join you, and then
Right?
you
Grab and flip. Constable.
All right. So everybody, please reveal your highest heart.
Spoilers: the 1 card I drew, guys.
If you already have a heart,
I think it's me.
yeah, I don't have any.
Yeah. I don't have any.
I don't have any either.
Okay, Chena, so you have a choice. You can have both of these go into gossip, or you can draw 2 guilt token.
I'll take 2 guilt.
Okay.
1. And I'm allowed to say I don't want it
If it's an informer token, you have to show it to us.
Okay.
But you should take both of the guilt tokens at the same
Oh,
time.
sorry.
But it's okay. Go ahead and toss that.
Let me flip it. Does it go back in though?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
And then this one. Okay.
And then if you're keeping that one, you can decide how you want that to stack up.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about things, I suppose. I still only have 1 card, which is upsetting. I guess I'll I don't want the cards at the market, though, is the problem. And this is blocking me from going to pick up cool stuff. Nice dresses for the party from the dumpster or whatever.
That is what you're doing also, just digging clothes out of a dumpster.
Seeing what dresses we wore last week, and you want to wear it this week.
You can spiff them up.
Hmm.
Add some sequins.
Screw it. You know what? I'm gonna come to the market. And I'm gonna chance it. Oh, snap!
Fancy.
Well, Tyler's just sitting here with a molly that just strolled into the market or the garden.
Into the card.
Okay.
Oh, it's that gin of christening again. That always makes for an interesting party.
Spices things up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it there.
All right.
Excuse me.
Gonna come up here. Reveal that. Keep that.
Cool.
Oh
Getting down to
my
the wire,
goodness.
y'all. We only need to draw one constable for the week to end. Just FYI.
Oh, I thought there was
Please
only one
don't
that said
end
it.
it. Don't end it yet.
I was gonna say if you
I'll do it. Shannon wants to have a party.
if you really
It's
care.
been a short week.
Not as short
would
as
like-
last week.
I'm gonna take this card.
And that's the game.
Oh, sorry, Shayna.
All right,
No, it's
everybody,
okay.
throw
I'm
all
not-
of your cups out.
I'm not worried.
I don't
I
have.
don't have any cups.
No cups.
Got
Really?
2 cups.
All right, Tyler.
No cup.
Decide what you want to do there.
Wow, those are the only 2 cups on the table.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, you know that it's. I mean, we could probably use it to fluff up the vice deck, depending on. Well, we know you're
That
not an
is
informer,
also what I'm thinking.
unless you really want that guilt, so people can accuse you again for you to just drop cards into your reputation.
I'm pretty comfortable
Ooh.
not
That
doing
was
that.
That was
Oh
fun.
my god.
Okay. All right. So unfortunately, that is the end of the week. So what we're gonna do is anybody that didn't make it home, which is everybody, needs to shuffle up their cards.
So if I have 2 cards, it's just 1 and 1.
Yep. And like I have 1 and 2 cards, and I'm gonna put the 1 into the deck and keep the 2, which I think was actually a great call.
Yes, I.
Splitting and putting in, right?
Yep. Half go to gossip, half you keep.
Oh.
What's this one? Is that in your hand?
Shayna's card.
Yeah,
Oh.
the other one you keep.
Wait, no.
How many cards?
Yeah,
do
Yeah,
you
you
have?
keep
only
2.
you only
I
got
know. Oh my god, okay. Yeah,
There you go.
sorry. I've
Yeah, no, you're
freaked
good.
out. Yeah.
And then everybody reveal your reputation and let's score off of that. So right now, everything other than cups is worth 1 joy.
Everything other than cups?
Oh, Tyler, I tied you again.
I know, dude.
Oh, so I get 2?
So yes,
Right?
No cups for
too.
Stacy.
And then take those cards back into your hand, and then we are
So I
going
Did you
get
score you yet, babe?
3.
I got 2.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
boop, 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 boop.
That was my turn, so I'm passing that off to Shayna.
Dang.
Cool. Ooh, dress for a ball.
Ooh, this is going in the wrong direction. All right, so it was 3 to 6. Wow.
Yeah.
So guess what? 1, 2, 3.
Is it? I thought you said 4 below is good.
Below.
4 up is bad.
Oh.
So that moved us 3. I am putting a stack of -4s and another informer token into the bag,
Ooh.
and now the game is not
foot.
unlikely to.
I was gonna say that, Shayna.
lose by, the game is very possible to end in a house closure, depending on how the gossip stacks up, which obviously someone like Natalie might be inclined to try and shift the game in that direction.
Yeah, if I was an informer or if I could hold onto any goddamn cards.
Well,
Yeah, fair
you
enough.
don't need to have any cards other than just get arrested once with an informer and you're set, right? I guess. I think we're set to go ahead
Me.
and start the final
Yep.
week.
I'm going here. And what happens? I just basically get to take one of the top two?
Yep.
I want
Zero.
this one.
Bingo.
And then we will discard this card, and that's it.
Great. Done.
Easy game. What is this? How many cards do people have? Do people? Well, Stacy
I
and
have
Shayna
5.
are like stacked.
Ow.
I feel like this should be doable. Let's party.
All right.
We party?
I need 2 pairs. 2 sets of cards, each of the same value, and this can be like 4 2s on the table would count, right? I am also not contributing an item.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Nope. No item.
All right, well, let's get this party started. But bam! Anybody got 3? This might crash and burn. I have no idea. Because I'm gonna give you a hint on what's in my hand. Nothing that's gonna let me do this on my own.
It'll be 3.
Okay.
Pass.
What is? All right. I'll just. Oh,
You can just put out whatever at this point.
I'm gonna do another 3.
That also works, assuming Shayna hopefully has a 3 or something.
Hey.
Wow. Look at us.
Well, I guess I'm gonna pass this.
Gonna end the party.
I mean,
Party's over.
I will walk out of the party. It's up to y'all if you're gonna.
I'm gonna pass
pass
as
as
well.
well.
I had my last drink. I'm good.
Okay. Stacey?
I'm gonna pass.
Pass.
All right. So it was a school night. We just kind of got together for like
Yeah.
a hot minute, shared the latest goss, took a
Yeah.
shot or two, and then.
I brought a fancy gown.
Little rage cage, and we went home.
All right. Well, everybody's cards are obviously
You're an
contributing.
ippity tittle tattle.
It's going to be 2 points for everybody, which is. And then the mollies are not going to go into your reputation. The mollies are going to travel. So we actually have 3 mollies that are going to need to travel, and then hearts.
Whoa.
Still, we have not had enough movement to get anything. Okay, this is not
Can I-
necessary.
Can I roll this one?
If you want,
I just want to.
go for it.
One.
Whoa.
Hey.
That's not.
Aww.
2.
2. Easy peasy, guys.
Okay.
Just reveal 2 cards.
And then that's. Oh shit! You know what? I'm sorry. We didn't draw. For the
Oh, yeah.
castle. It was only 1. Boom. All right.
Yep.
Great. Moving on.
Lovely.
I swear I need a little like step-by-step process. I guess it's probably here on the board. I just stopped looking at this. It's interesting that party happened and you just both used Molly's. This is Heart and Cup. They got this one right. Oh, but this says Heart and Cup, and the other one was Pentacles and Cups, wasn't it? So actually, the text was wrong on that other one.
Oh, so it should have been
So
Pentacles
it
and
should
Fans.
have been fans, but that's all right. We didn't know.
Yeah, fair enough. We played it the way we saw it, so it's no big deal.
It's all good. If we play that item again, we'll just go off the image.
It's all good, man.
I would have played it earlier had I known that. I had so many fans in my hand.
I'm going to do this. And
Look at that.
And
Both
then-
aces.
since I'm in the same
You can accuse anybody in that same spot.
space, I'm going to j'accuse Stacy. Let's see if I can remember which one she just swapped out.
Oh.
Well, I know it can't be. I know it can't be a 2. It has to be 1.
All right, Stacy, you want to show us that pile?
Oh, you want to see this pile?
Yeah.
Okay.
2-5.
Oh!
Nice.
Nice.
All right, Stacy, you can play as many cards as you want into your reputation stack. And then it will also be your turn.
What is
Hey,
that?
guys.
That's
Hey guys, I have a non-zero number of playable cards in my hand.
Hey!
Oh,
For the
shit.
first time
You did it.
I know what they are too. So
Now you need to go here and see if you can just multiply them.
I'm gonna have
in
part.
2 full rounds.
excuse me.
All right.
Turn we say. What's the other card under here? I can't make it there. What am I? Oh yeah, I can.
Heart. What is the little heart? It is
Just a 1.
saucy glance,
Oh.
whereas this is a good diamond ring.
How do you zoom in on the cards
I
again?
think it's
Alt.
Alt. I
or
wanted
just
to see.
if you want to magnify something on the board, you can press M, including the cards.
I'm just reading my cards.
I think the 9 of either fans or cups literally just said, "Give him the night of his life."
Give him a wedding
Oh wait,
night.
that's not me. I'm
Oh,
here
yeah.
already.
I have
I'm just gonna take
impertinent
this one.
tittle tattle.
I have a card that says a flutter of fans, but it is not a fan card.
Yeah, I think there was actually when they changed the icons, things got a little screwy with the text, but they're
So-
gonna be going through and changing things anyway.
Is this top one going to be
It's based off the image.
pentacle and fan?
Photo. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the 4 card that says both day and night I find the want of him.
My one of my cards says a shuffle of breeches.
That's hip hop. Oopsies.
You didn't want to accuse anybody in your group, and by that I mean Natalie.
Me. Accuse me.
Go for
Actually-
it. Excuse me.
I don't know if it's worth accusing her or not, but like I said,
Yeah, let's
she's-
accuse Natalie.
She's the one that would be
Let's-
most
Which one?
inclined to
Pick one.
become an.
I want this one. I don't know how to
This
point.
one?
Yeah.
Huzzah.
Twinsies.
See, do you have any cards you actually want to put in your reputation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got now.
There's 2. Do your whole.
I have no more playable cards again. Woo!
I mean, that was your choice.
Yeah, but at least now I get points.
Yeah.
You do realize I'm a full 15 points behind everyone else.
I was gonna throw a party.
That's why you got to pivot to Informer and just take the house down.
I haven't had any cards to actually get arrested with and get guilt with.
Well, you need to be saucier. I don't know what to tell you. Shayna, it's your turn.
I have no idea what I want to do.
I mean, there is a Molly just next door.
I know.
Really want
I
it.
think
I don't know what's here.
I revealed 2 cards, right?
Yep.
1, 2.
And then you will discard
Take
2 cards. Ooh, Molly on top.
I'll
Hopefully
be right
not
back, guys.
Nope, it's fans. Everybody reveal your highest fan. Stacy, come back.
Stace, we got a homie.
That is my highest fan.
I don't have any.
She said she'll be right back.
She did just dump her 6 in here. I don't know if she has a.
Mm-hmm.
Fans.
Oh, look at that. All right, Stacy, you're arrested.
You're arrested.
Okay.
Which also has people snooping around the Covent Garden, which is.
I'm gonna take one.
All right, and you're good, Shayna. Huh. Well, I guess I'm going to go here, and I'm going to reveal these 2. We're good. And we're good. Boop, boop. Party time. We need 4 cards of the same suit.
No items from me.
Here, let's go full empty hand. Have fun
Okay,
with
we're
that.
only doing 1 round of play. You're going to play all of your cards at once on your turn.
Oh shit, son.
So I don't know, Tyler, as the opener of this, if that's like, if assuming you have two different suits, if it's better to dump both of them to give people options or what. We also know that we just have one player that's not in the festival at all.
It's true.
Stacey,
Stacey,
do you have any items?
she's coming. I can't hear you.
That's fine. All right.
We have
What kind
one
of party is
item
it?
now that says there will only be a single round of play. Players may add any number of cards on their turn.
Oh,
The party is 4 cards of the same suit.
I know exactly which item I want to play then.
Oh God. Well, that just shook everything up, didn't it? Oh
What?
man.
That just means it's one round
Yeah,
and
that's actually better.
yeah.
This is the safest time to play that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good
But
pairing.
it means people are just going to throw down a bunch of
Oh
cards.
yeah, this can really affect scoring.
My thing is as well. Okay, so it says each round the runner must discard one card from their deck before revealing their card. Does that mean we do it at the very beginning before the party even starts?
What?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say no because we didn't before, but I'll run that up the chain.
That does make sense though. Like it starts the round rather than ends the round.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. What do you guys think?
Either way, we do it before or after, but it doesn't really.
I mean, it matters because we can
Well,
potentially
it matters.
not have a party at all, right? And nobody
Correct.
can score. So, I mean, I guess
Did we do that last time?
we did not.
No.
We did it the other way.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess technically, yeah. I mean,
That
that's
does make
probably how it's
that
supposed to be.
sense logically. Yeah.
You want to just draw then?
Well, let's see. Shanna, any items?
No, no items.
Me neither.
Items, Tristan? Okay. Yeah.
Disappointing.
Are we having a party?
We're good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tyler, starting with you, dump whatever you want. Remember, the goal is just we need 4 cards of the same suit.
Well, there's two of the same suit.
Okay, and then you should score technically, I guess, everything.
I will.
But we can. Stacy.
That's it. 5.
That did not contribute at all, but okay. Shayna.
Natalie's
It
not
could
playing?
potentially.
She doesn't have any cards.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, Natalie, was this your item?
Yeah, that's
Nice.
the only card I've had in my hand for the last 4 or 5 rounds of play. I haven't been able to do anything.
Shayna, you
I've
get
had no way to interact
7
with anything.
points.
7?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Nice and
5,
spicy.
6, 7.
Wow, this is spicy.
This is rough, man. Oh my god.
Well, I'm gonna do this.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, going last is a privilege in this round.
So we didn't get it, right?
We 100% got it.
No, we got it off.
What do you mean?
We got it.
Charged chaos. 1,
Oh,
2,
yeah.
3, 4. Yeah.
Okay, so if you played a pentacle, you're gonna get joy based off of the stars on that pentacle as well.
Okay.
But unfortunately, the rest of the cards are gonna get thrown out. But what is it? 3 is the max somebody played. So 1. And we drew a constable. So we gotta put your highest heart out if it's not already on the table.
Already on the table.
All right. Well, Shayna, you are the one getting arrested.
Why? You have a heart. You have an 8.
I know, but you have a higher.
Yeah, but
value.
you have 13 total.
Oh, it's the full value.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, no problem.
So you have to decide if you want to throw those into gossip or take 2 guilt.
Um,
Aren't they going into gossip either way?
Yes. Correct. Because these were not part of the festival, so these are going to be discarded.
oh,
anyway.
so why don't I?
Taking a guilt,
Yeah,
they're gonna
I'm
go
not going
anyway.
to take guilt if they're just already going to go into gossip.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I have to remember this too, because technically you're supposed to do the constables before we score things, because in that particular case, right, if her hearts were tilted,
We're just thinking that they scored right.
she would have to decide if she doesn't want to score.
That
them.
makes sense.
Yeah, but in that situation, it didn't matter. But yeah, so these did not contribute, so these are going away. Boop. And everybody scored joy off of the cards going into their reputation, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So Shayna, or no,
Yeah.
Wait, do I not have to fan my things out? I'm just watching everybody else. I was like, oh, everybody's stacking.
You can. If you
It's just because I have the thing. It's all good.
I've been trying to, but it sticks. So
Tyler, please roll for this Molly to travel.
I think that there's a very real chance that Stacy playing that card just cost us the win in this game.
What?
Hang on, sorry, stuck.
It's possible, yeah, that the house will close.
Yeah, because there's so many high cards in there because people wanted to score.
Yeah. And then just decide how you want to discard those items, and then we'll go on and add.
I negated myself. I put one high, one low.
I know I'm in a position where I'm really curious if this is going to end up closing or not, and I don't know. I just don't know.
Oh, and then we did successfully throw
yes,
parties.
correct. So yeah. Man, no, we have not. We've got a pretty even spread. Nobody's taken the lead to make like uber points. All right, Natalie, what's your plan? I'm getting nervous.
Why are you getting nervous?
Because I don't know if the house is going to end up closing, even if not on purpose, just from our incompetence. Because we just can't be quiet.
Too raucous.
Okay. That's my turn.
You can take these cards back, by the way.
Those things. Oh. Oh.
Or wait, were those thrown in
Wait,
there?
no, those are supposed to go.
Oh yeah, no, those are supposed to. Those were my negate. My bad. Um.
Yeah, this is not looking good. Just looking around the table, we basically are even based on what's in these piles right now.
Yeah,
So
but these
all
don't affect anything.
oh no, never mind. Those come back. That's the thing. Yeah, no. It's the
Depends
other
on
thing.
what's in people's hands, which actually
This is one or
we
two.
don't have a lot of cards in the hand.
Two.
Ooh, yeah, this is interesting. I'm not sure how to like handle this situation actually. This being just like almost smack dab in the middle, and I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
I'm switching out 2 for 1, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. See, that's what's interesting is I've had this situation where like I have 2 stacks of 1, so like I can't do anything.
I am taking out my 2. I don't want them.
Okay. And then draw a card.
No, I want that up here. Draw a card for myself or for the world?
For you.
And it stays with me.
All right. Are you accusing anyone?
That's a oh. I was gonna do Shayna because she has the most, but you're ahead, so I'm gonna accuse you. I want this one.
Oof. Well, I don't have anything I want to put away, so that just hurt a lot. Shayna.
Wow.
Or
Yes. What am I gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Things have.
what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Don't throw
I
a
think.
party. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh,
You can
sorry.
throw a
Wrong.
party.
One,
It's not gonna be a good party.
2. Actually, no. Do I want to go there? What's here?
Both items.
Oh.
Excuse me. You can get this Molly over here.
I think I'm gonna go here, and I will take. I'm gonna take this 2.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take this 4.
Oh, we got pentacles. Put your highest on the table, Shayna. Oh, that's a bummer. I don't have any.
I have no pentacles.
I don't have any.
Sweetheart?
Tyler doesn't have any cards.
I don't have any cards.
Shayna, it's you.
Oh.
It's me.
Do you want Molly to go into the gossip, or do you want to take 2? Actually, both of these will go into the gossip, or do you want to take 2 guilt?
I'll take 2 guilt.
That is fair. Well, then we will move right along. What? is the best move here? I really don't know. I feel like
Oh, do these come back to me?
yes.
Great.
Mhm.
Woohoo!
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 I don't. I think I'm gonna do this, and I think I take her, and of course, great. Well, I mean, I just drew her, so I'm pretty sure safe bet it's me. But yeah, everybody play your highest cup.
No cups.
I now there's like decisions here. I am. I'm not. I'm not gonna take the guilt.
Well, the Molly will hopefully negate.
That's kind of my thought process. Though, wait, was the other one a 4?
Oh, the other one was a 4.
Wow, that was just me being dumb then. But here we are. I don't know if I should have done that. Damn it.
Wow. You gonna accuse someone, Love?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, I guess I could have accused, but I don't.
Yeah, did you want to?
No,
You could accuse anybody but Tyler and me.
no, it's all right. I think I didn't want to discard my cards, but we'll just go with it.
I mean, you could do it real fast before I reveal anything. It's fine. They're just right there.
Okay, I'm gonna take this back, and I'm gonna take the guilt. Yeah, that's fine.
Whoa.
Oh, all
It's
right.
our second one.
Reveal all your pentacles.
I don't have any.
Nothing.
Still don't have any.
I don't either.
Sorry, Shanna.
Shayna's getting
That's
screwed
okay.
again. So yeah, same choice. You have to get rid of both of these, or you have to draw 2 guilt.
Hmm. I think I'm just gonna get rid of these.
Really?
Yeah,
That's fair. I mean,
feel
I don't
like
know what
that's
you have here
better.
because all of the guilt scores at the end as well. Whatever you have on your card still scores. So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it.
okay.
Selfishly, I like that because that's 2 negatives
Yeah.
in the thing.
So
F.
I'm flipping these. These go here.
Yep.
Okay.
And now the market or the garden is off limits.
Tyler, do you want to accuse anybody?
I mean, I feel like it is
It's my
unintelligent for
turn.
me not to accuse Tristan.
Because they're
But
all in the same
also,
spot.
like, those are going to happen anyway. So, no, I'll just leave it.
Oh, and he has 3 cards in his hand. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's the big
Excuse
question,
me.
right? It's like I do have a chance to potentially swap this stack out.
Right.
But I get you are chancing that if I'm not an informer, I have cards that I want for my reputation or
Right. And since you could whittle that down, but if you don't, it's just going to score. The odds,
Unless
because we're only one apart.
unless he grabbed an informer token when he took
For
that guild.
sure. Which is definitely possible, but my inclination on that is that had he grabbed an informer, he would have set him in 3 different pies and not incentivized us to try to get him to pull the informer.
it's an interesting idea, Tyler.
Tricky.
So much psychology. Anyway, where are we? Is it Natalie's turn?
It's Natalie now.
Yeah, you know what? Why not?
Go cruising.
Let's
Or
get
a
burned.
bruising.
Let's get burned again.
How many cards are left? 12.
Hey, look what I found.
Did you
Oh,
decide to keep
snap.
that other card in your hand, by the way, before you drew the second one? Does that
No.
really matter? All right, so all fans need to hit the table.
No bands for me.
Nothing.
I don't have any fans either. Well,
I am
Shayna.
back having 0 cards.
It's
Do
me.
you want to throw these into gossip or draw 2 guild? They kind
Um,
of cancel each other
They
out,
even each
but
other
I mean, we have a lot of open spots that we'll be filling, so. Alrighty.
Oh my gosh.
I think I know what
Yeah,
I'm going to do.
suddenly we've got 2 constables
But
left.
yeah, the game's almost over.
And
Like,
only 1 draw, yeah.
so if you really want to get home to stack the gossip pile one way or the other, now's your time. Man, I don't know.
10 cards left.
Chance of me getting one more action, maybe.
I think I want to try this. What do I do?
Put as
You
many
lay out
cards out
as
as you
many
want,
cards as you want.
but they're going to be discarded. You will not get them back. And
Discard it into here, discard it into here. The actual discard, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to draw 1 card at a time for each card that you've put out, and you get to decide if you keep it in your hand or put it in your reputation.
Keep it in my. Yeah, I'll keep it in my hand. Put it in my reputation.
Okay, and then discard those in whatever order you want, and then it's Shayna's turn. I'm so scared now. Suddenly, this game is going to end any second. I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know how to, like, secure this win.
what does St. Andrews do again?
You can pick a stack and try to swap it out. You can also accuse anybody from that space.
Okay.
But, like, you have this stack of 2, so what you would do is if you wanted, you could pick that stack, you would draw 1 token, and then you could decide if you wanted to swap the 2 for the 1.
Got it.
Be a good way for you to switch over to Informer if you think that's a good idea, or try to just get if these are like really big negatives or whatever.
And this one, you just put a card out.
You put as many cards out that you want to
cruising.
throw away, and then you're going to draw, and you get to decide to keep it or put it in your reputation pile. But again, we're only 1 card draw away from Constable, so you're taking a chance there.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Or you can go home, or I don't know.
I think I'll just go home. Oops. Yep, I went to sleep.
Certainly can do that. And then you have 1 card, so you can decide if you want to throw that into the gossip to help it or hurt it, or if you want to keep it. If you keep it, it's obviously not going to do anything at this point. Well, I didn't know I would get an action, but I am going to get an action. And I think I'm going to go here, and I'm going to see what I can do with this pile. Which is 3. I don't know if you saw those because they were tilting.
I did not.
Yeah, this is better for me, I think. Boop. And I am very sorry, everyone. So all hearts need to hit the table.
No hearts for me.
Even if you're home?
If you're home, you're not. You're home, so you're not in. You don't have to worry about the constables. I don't have any hearts either. Does nobody have any hearts?
Does nobody have hearts? So it's a wash?
That's amazing. Yeah, so in the case of a tie, I think I just have to remember where the patrol goes. If there are multiple arrests, if there are no arrests, the patrol is not moved. Oh, okay, great. Fair enough. And then I can do 1 last accusation if I want. Oh, Tyler doesn't have any, which is such a bummer. Shayna is right up against me. I don't know if it would be good or bad for me, though.
Maybe you give her that opportunity to drop that card.
I know. I don't know what that card is either. Maybe that's what you wanted this whole time. Fuck. I think I'm not going to accuse.
Do it.
I'm
The mind game.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
Oh.
I don't know why you asked me that.
You're on mute, sweetheart.
I am?
Mhm.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't. We're done, right?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, my brain just stopped because I was freaking. All right. So anybody that didn't go home, the same story as before, please.
If I have one card, I don't have to do anything, right? If I don't want to.
Correct. You just decide if you're keeping it and throwing it into the
Keeping
pile.
it.
Which one's this one? Yeah, okay. I mean, whatever. And then, once that's all done, please reveal your reputation and score accordingly. Everything, again, other than cups is going to be worth a point. And then these don't really matter at this point. And now scary things happen. So
What? These go back in our hand, or oh, you said it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter because we're at the end of the game.
Or,
So you can
let me move them for you,
move
though.
them aside. So we're going to shuffle this up. And this is the part that's weird, but I mean, it kind of is what it is, but we're supposed to throw these, it doesn't say that we're not supposed to do this because it's the last round, so it is what it is.
Oh, that sucks that only one bad. What too bad? Out.
Oh, 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 oh. That's a difference of 2.
Yeah,
Shit.
it does not close.
Molly House stays
Finished.
Okay, so at this point, everybody needs to reveal all of their guilt tokens. You're going to score accordingly. And then, in the case of assholes like me who just pivoted at the last moment, I am just going to delete myself from the board.
Oh my god, you were one card away from
5,
that
7, 8.
I knew he'd swapped.
1,
I knew it.
had to.
4.
It's the only reason I
5.
didn't accuse Shayna is
6.
I was afraid if I was right, it would bump it back. But also,
Sure.
like, obviously, it would remove, competition. But yeah, that didn't work in my favor. I wouldn't have won anyway. I don't.
It was worth the risk.
Yeah,
Sweetheart, you're not getting any guilt
If I
tokens.
had some, it wouldn't have been worth it. But because I was out,
I would have tried to pivot, but because I could not physically hold on to any cards,
yeah.
I there's no way, because of the restriction that you cannot swap if you only have one guilt token in a stack. There was literally no way for me to interact with my own guilt token. So as soon as you guys got more than 5, 10 points ahead of me, I was like, I'm not even in this game anymore.
Tyler, did you move up just now, or
No.
so I would have won if I'd not pivoted?
Yeah.
Damn it.
No.
Because I was.
How many guilt tokens did you have? Or how many negatives?
Oh, I guess what did you turn in?
You had -1?
Yeah.
In the 3 stack? We would have tied.
Would we have?
You were one ahead of me.
No, what he would have done is he would have gotten rid of this one and kept this. He would have exchanged his 3 for that one.
Which is still a -1.
Oh yeah.
And
Sorry, I see what you mean.
Yeah, we would have tied.
Yeah, there's no at the current moment. There's no tiebreaker. It doesn't look like so. Dang it. Well, I took a chance on that. It was
worth the risk. I mean,
This is how
you were one more. If that's a Molly instead of a 4, you got it.
Again, I seriously considered pivoting, but I just couldn't. So, it was a very real possibility that the house was going to close.
Also, Alex just text saying that she just won the game. So timing wise,
Nice.
it took just as long.
And the newbies won. Let's go, Alex.
That's awful. I hate it. So here's a question: should we do if you want to stick around for a few minutes, do we want to have a quick chat just in our group, or should we like all combine and kind of give thoughts on things?
We
I
should
think all
probably
combining
chat
might be a
just
little
us
It would
three.
be interesting to hear
Okay.
their
Let
experiences.
me
Yeah.
let me jump in there and have them come over to us.
Also, Shayna,
to kind of bring her down a bit, but also like just in case she was still an informer, because
Hey,
I had
do
a
you guys
suspicion it
wanna
might have been
jump
both of
into
them
the
for
general
a
channel
while.
and we'll all just have a roundtable discussion?
Oh, did you guys just end too?
We did.
I was saying
Wow.
we just ended, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Let's just all kind of chat about our game and
Sure.
give thoughts
Yeah.
on things, because obviously most of us know about some changes, and then it seems like the two newbies won. So
I was like, who won in your game?
Tyler won. We would have tied
Tyler
had I
won?
not pivoted to informer at the last moment.
Oh, that's funny. Alex won. Austin was winning. Well, here we'll hop up to the other channel.
P, the letter P,
Hello.
until it says P is in person
Whoa.
until it says third person view, and it gives you an isometric, so you can actually see the locations of things very well.
So as I was saying, Tristan,
hello.
hello. Rav won points wise until we did the guilt scoring, and he lost 7 points, which brought him 1 point less than Alex. So Alex won by 1 point
man.
because of the guilt.
Okay.
Nice.
But if Ethan was able to go home, he was our one informer. If he was able to go home, but Alex denied him that opportunity, he would have been able to stack the gossip deck and win the game for him,
So
and which
sad.
then meant he would have won. And he was 2 turns away from being able to do, or two, like it was Rap's turn and then his turn. So yeah.
Wow.
So it came down to that. It was that close of a game for us. 1 point for the Mollies, and Ethan was one action away from being able to stack the gossip deck. To make
I
him
had
win.
I had a deck of 11 cards and 6 of them were above 4.
Wow.
Yeah. Me, Rav, and Alex ended that last turn. We all had, I think, between the 3 of us, 2 cards in our hand, and Ethan had 11.
We never had.
say,
I don't know
yeah.
anybody had more than like 5 cards in our hands the entire game, and most people had like 2, or like Natalie went a while with none.
I would do the
An
same thing.
item.
I was gonna say the same thing. I feel like I don't know what changed, but like it, at least compared to like our very first game, I felt way more card starved for a majority of the game.
I think.
Oh, I know
the
exactly what
specific
changed.
is
It's
that you
because we
can't put cards
discard
in your
after the
reputation.
end of the festival.
Well, that
Right.
too. The untilted cards get removed, so
True.
they're not going back in your hand. But then also, now that you can't go home and put half of your deck into your reputation and stuff like that, we used to have fatter stacks, I feel, of reputation
Yeah.
that was coming back to start
That's
new
true, too.
rounds, and so we had like pretty big hands
I don't
each week.
about that. I don't
No,
know
yeah.
about that because we still got to keep our cards. You still got to divide half your cards and keep half your cards. I think the thing that's really like resource starving is the discard at the end of the festival.
Yeah,
Because
depending on how greedy people are, or how if you end up screwing other people over.
But no, yeah, I got made public. So the reason I got a hand that big was literally just because I was going back and forth from the Covent Garden and Ash Hotel or
Yeah.
Axe Hotel and just going full in every time. And it was just working for like 3 full rounds.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
Did you guys have a successful accusation? Because we caught Ethan halfway through the game.
No, nobody
Mm.
was an informer, I think, until I did it at the very last, like literally
Oh,
the
okay.
last action of the entire game.
We were just accusing people to force them to reveal
To drop
guilt
points.
and
Yeah,
drop
because
points,
scores.
yeah.
our points were
Yep.
we were so close that it got to the point where I was like, well, even if you're going to potentially put a card or 2 away in the reputation, I need you to lose some points for me to try.
Yeah, I was especially because there's a chance that they lose, might lose 4 points, but only put a card in worth
Yeah.
1, right? And it's
Right.
like,
I don't
that's
think we
definitely
actually had any accusations that included someone having had the opportunity to draw a -4.
No.
All the accusations
No,
that
I don't think
occurred
so.
happened
Yeah.
with guilt drawn pre-edition of the first batch of extra guilt tokens.
Our-
So everyone had really, really low guilt scores. I think Tristan lost 3 on an accusation.
4 at one point, I think.
I think I lost like 7 points in total between 2
Yeah,
accusations.
total. Yeah.
I'll say our our point spread was, I mean, Alex and I were at the we were mid 30s, neck and neck, and then between Ethan, we caught him, so he stopped caring about points, but we didn't invite him to parties. We only had
how
2
early
parties
was he
after
caught?
that.
I think
Second round.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah, it was like second round.
But then
Oh, go
we
ahead.
only did 2 parties after that, though. That was it.
In
Were you?
Because we were card starved.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I was say we were pretty card starved. We didn't do too many parties, but even when did you turn like?
I turned literally the same round that you guys accused me.
No way we did, dude. That's so funny.
We had the second action of our game was a party. Natalie went, and then Stacy was like, "Yeah, let's just get this party started." And then I think we maybe had 2 more parties that first week, and then the second week, I don't know if we went more than like a round and a half or 2 maybe before all the constables came out.
We didn't. I went once, and then I was going to throw a party, and then we went out on Natalie's turn, the turn before me.
Yeah.
So what happened for our second and third turn or our second and third rounds were all the constables were drawn inside of a turn and a half on the second round. I think between that round and the next round, lost all of my cards, and I had the doll item, and that was it until pretty close to the end of the game. And so I could not participate in parties. I could not put anything into memories. I could not really do anything about drawing cards. Everything I drew was a constable, and so that's why I'm so far behind.
Yeah,
because I couldn't get any cards.
Our point spread is that Natalie's at 10, and then Shayna, who actually lost like 7 or 8 points just at the end of Goss at the end here, is at 23. So she was at like 31, and then Stacy's at 27, and Tyler's at 33, and I would have been around there. So I definitely felt like Natalie had the most incentive to try and pivot because end of week 3 we suddenly had the raid track moved to the 4th space, and so I was like, well, that's obviously what you need to do, but she wasn't in a situation to even get caught doing anything.
Sure.
I couldn't get any cards into my hand, so I couldn't get caught by a constable, so I couldn't draw any more guilt tokens because I had one token here, one token here, so I couldn't actually swap anything out over here.
I noticed too, I was having a problem where I had split my tokens up, and then I realized, oh no, I should have stacked these because now I can't go to St. Andrew's Church because you can't swap out a 1 stack.
Which is what screwed Natalie.
Yeah. And I was like, oh no. So I actually like wanted to get guilt to put onto a couple stacks that I wanted to try to swap out. But like if you're in Natalie's case where like maybe you only have a situation where you even drew 1, and then you're like, well, great, I can't even like go fishing for an informer now with that.
And the worst part was everyone kept having parties that I couldn't participate in, but everyone had items. So because the items are the last thing that get discarded, at the end of a party, I couldn't even go pick up a discarded high card to try and get caught because the discard deck was just stacked with items.
Rav had a stack of 5 guilt, and he like switched it out for like a stack of 2 because he got lucky with informer tokens. And it was like at the end of the game, we saw it was like a -4 and a -1. And I was like, oof. And he was like, yeah, no, that was even better than my 5 stack. Like it was like it was like that bad, which I thought was funny. I got lucky, like I had to discard like 3 cards or draw 3 guilt like towards the end, and I was like, oh shit, I really need these cards in case we were doing a party. So I gambled and I drew all like 3 informer tokens and was like, yes.
So
just discarded them all.
I'm curious.
Adam
Tyler,
thought I was. Oh,
I was gonna say I'd like to hear more from the 2 people that have not played this at all. Kind of what your experience was and stuff like that, and then we'll talk about how the people who have played it feel about some of the changes. So
everybody thought I was an informer, and I'm kind of glad they did because it screwed everybody over.
Because they kept accusing you?
They accused me, and I only had 1 stack of guilt tokens, so they lost a bunch of points.
Well,
and then I didn't have any guilt
points.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
you lost the
But
points.
but
But
did you get to throw cards into your reputation? Like, did it work out for you that you got to stash cards
Yes.
because of it?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
she
I
put
didn't
two-
have any guilt tokens at the end. I
Yeah.
didn't.
Right. Me too.
That's like how Tyler at
Yeah,
one.
Tyler had that same thing.
So by the time we rolled around to it, Tristan's only play was swapping out that stack and try to get the informant token so then he could try to have it end the other way, because otherwise
Can
it would have
Stacy
resulted in him and I tying.
while Tyler's talking?
Oh yeah, I can mute. I'm so sorry.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, you're good.
Not yet. Oh, I didn't even mute yet. It's just he talked quieter.
You're not. You're still talking.
Oh, that works.
There you go.
Better? Yeah. So yeah, because that was Tristan's only pivot, and he knew at that point because I also had no guilt, and he and I were basically neck and neck. And Shannon and Stacy were both right there too, but unfortunately had more guilt in their piles, so they fell back at the end. But Tristan knew he had to pivot because I had nothing, that he could at least play the odds and say, okay, I know he's sitting right there, so I need to prevent myself from dropping more than one, and unfortunately couldn't.
It was kind of really the luck of the draw at the very end for us,
Yeah.
because if it had been one card had been, if the cards had been shuffled ever so slightly differently and one card had been swapped out, we would have lost and Tristan would have won.
Yeah, we actually really got pretty fortunate, or not pretty fortunate. It showed how many low cards we had when we placed everything in the end, that we were able to put out all low cards to the draw spots on the board, except for one, and then still only lose by 2. So we were in pretty good shape cards wise there. We didn't have anybody that had enough cards to stack the deck like you guys were saying you could have had at the end of yours. That
Yeah.
wasn't a threat in ours.
That's because we just weren't inviting Ethan to parties, and so he
Right,
just
so
kept,
he just kept stacking.
stacking cards, and it was
Right.
like, yeah.
That's an interesting. I was curious how it would work out if the informer was found out early and
Well,
you just didn't invite them.
So what's funny is we caught him, and the very next party, it was Rav's party, and Rav decided not to invite him. We were like, fair enough. So then we started, and that is the first time we have held an unsuccessful party because we needed 4 of a kind suits wise, and
I thought we had it.
I thought between him and Alex they were doing pentacles, so I passed because I had no pentacles, so I just passed, and then they both ran out of pentacles, and Ethan was over there laughing the whole time because he was like, "Oh, I guess look who needs my help now." So we actually had an unsuccessful party. Yeah.
You know what's
We
really funny about that? I actually did not have the ability to fix that. Even if I wanted to, I just wanted you to despair.
Right.
That's fantastic.
I had 2 7s.
We actually wound up having an unsuccessful party pretty early on because Shayna wanted to get her, like she had a Molly that she wanted to play, and so she chose not to contribute to one of the parties.
Yeah, she saved her cards for her own party.
Right.
Yeah.
And we ended up like one shy from. I don't actually remember what that was. It wasn't even like
that's
a
interesting.
difficult one. It was just like a.
It was, we had to
like
have a
4 in
run
row or
of
something.
6.
It wasn't even that. It was that I did not have a card that, if I did contribute it, would make any sense. It
Sure.
wouldn't have helped at all. So I held on to the card that wouldn't work and just
Right.
used it for my next party.
That's interesting.
I guess just first time playing it, I felt like, well, so we never used the cruising ground. I don't really understand. I guess maybe
I
it didn't
could
really
have.
Don't
happen
go
with
there.
our thing.
All you're going to
but
draw is constables.
We
and then they're
used
going
it
to
a
steal all your
bunch.
cards and you're
Well,
going to
I
get
mean,
screwed for the rest of the game.
You draw constables at any draw location other than the trash can one, but I guess I never really understood the idea behind it because our scoring chart stuff, most of them were either not scoreable except for one of them, which just accelerated because I felt like the only people we had were just the heart ones that we were throwing parties for. So
What
it
was
just
your
didn't
memory
feel
scoring chart at the end of the day?
Hearts are at 3 points. Fans are at the first of 1 point, just 1 tick up, and everything else 0.
So we had 0 on cups. Pentacles and hearts were on the second tick of 1 value, and then fans were on the first of 1 value.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we,
I don't know.
We failed about 3 or 4 parties.
We
But
didn't
when
3 parties, we only failed 1.
How the heck did you guys do so many parties? I felt like we only did one
Had
party
how
per
many did we
round.
have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I was like, we
I think
did
we
I
had
only.
missed
7
at least
parties, maybe.
3.
7 or 8,
So
maybe.
I think Rev's right. I think maybe one round we did 2 parties, but otherwise we only did 1 party a round.
Yeah,
we were just so freaking I felt like we couldn't get cards.
Well,
and
it
it could
was
have just been like the deck stacked super against us because like I felt like
the first
the
week.
first round we literally drew all of them within like literally the
Yes.
first, like we all went around the table once and then we were already done with the round.
Yeah, our draw at the end of week 1. Our draw pile still had like 12 cards in it, and we had drawn all of our constables. So sometimes it's just the luck of it all.
Yeah, so
I
like
mean, that's exactly where like we had a perfectly fine first
Right.
round, and then the second
Yeah.
week was exactly that.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like you guys ran into that too. Yeah, we're just like,
Austin,
But I don't really understand
I
the
was going to say,
purpose
as
of
far
that.
as the cruising goes, like I mean, I can speak specifically for myself. There was a point where like everybody kind of just did all of the same actions all at once. All of a sudden, like we were all cruising, then we were all accusing, we were all. But I know I was specifically doing it because like I had a few cards that like I had some cups that I definitely didn't need or care for because cups were just never going to score any bonus points. And so my goal was I want to get rid of these and then just try to get either pentacles or hearts that I know are going to score me bonuses I can just throw straight into my reputation, or maybe just fish for some other cards that will be useful later. And so it was more for like the potential to get reputation that would be worthwhile is the
So
main reason
I
did
guess I
it.
didn't really understand like what, like does it act like the Axe
yes,
Hotel where you just put like 2 cards down and then you draw 2 cards?
Yeah,
yes,
but
well,
you
the
get to
benefit of
decide
it
if you
though is
keep
that
the
you
card or if you put it into your reputation.
right.
and the benefit is that the main benefit kind of is that you can get rid of cards that you don't want to have by the end of it. Like cards that won't be doing you any good that you might not want to say have hanging around in your hand by the time the gossip pile rolls around, you know, if you can't make it home and you don't want them to go into the gossip pile, you can discard those high cards in order to get something that will be good for your reputation. Or if you know that like you're close to not getting another party or no one can get any mollies yet, it's a way for you to get some extra points without having to go to a party.
Well, and in a game like ours where 3 of the 4 suits were all scoring the same, the odds were pretty high that you were going to draw something that would just go into your reputation pile and get you a point, so
Right.
that if you could trash a Cups card, which was never going to get you anything, to pretty likely get you at least something that was going to score for you.
Especially with how
Exactly.
close our scores were. Like
Right.
there was a point where all 4 of us were literally just next to each other. Like it was a 3-point spread between 4 of us. And so any little point that you could get any time mattered.
Well, and at the
and even
very
Shayna was
beginning,
super far back, and then she had a killer party, and suddenly she was like up with everyone else.
Yeah.
And so it was like just trying to eke out any little thing anywhere, especially knowing that you have that guilt in the back of your mind that is guaranteed to trigger if you can't get rid of it.
So like what were you guys doing? So I guess I'm curious to see like at your guys' parties, did you just throw down like did you guys always use the wild cards or were you guys just holding on to them if you're like I want to throw a party on my next turn, so you're not going to use
We
that
had
wild
one
card?
party actually. We needed a 2 pair, and 2 of the cards were mollies.
Because every party we had, I felt like since we were so card starved at our table, like it felt like every time we threw a party, we had like 2 or 3 cards on average each person. So like we were just constantly throwing those Molly cards, those wild cards out there because we were just like we needed to complete the party, which means we would we would all go out and collect all the Mollies. Some person would throw the party. We would immediately use all the Mollies. Then they would all get shoved back out there again, which means we don't have another party, so we have to go run out and collect them again.
Have that problem.
So
No, I felt like a lot of times whenever we were preparing for a party, whoever threw it often had at least a decent start of cards that worked towards that party and weren't just kind of like throwing it to throw it and hoping that everybody was coming along. Like the 2 that I started, I very clearly had a good intent of like, I've got 2 cards for this and we only need 4, so as long as you guys can start this, we're okay.
yeah, so I
and
felt like we just
also
didn't do as many parties because we were just constantly just having to go recollect them. So
Yeah.
we also though there were a couple of mollies who end up in the 4 slot. A couple of times where there was a molly down in the 4 slot that no one could
Yeah, it
like in
feels
the
like
4 card
the
slot
very
that no one
beginning
can
of the
get.
round, and it would be like, I can get there, but I have 3 cards. So now I
Yeah.
have to wait a whole round to try to get
That
one more. And then by the
yeah,
time I didn't even care because I was like, you know what, I actually need these cards or somebody else threw a party anyway. And then I was like, well, that Molly's just going to stay there then. I'm not going to do it.
yeah, that was my position pretty much the whole game. I think I courted a Molly one time because every other time I either didn't have the card, I literally just didn't have the cards to reveal to court the Molly, and then by the time I did have cards, a party was being thrown. It's like, okay, well,
Although we also end up with a lot of mollies coming out in the getting put straight into discard at the beginning of the round, or getting found at the market.
Yeah, we actually started like at least 2, if not 3 of the weeks with a Molly as one of like the top 2 cards of the discard. So
Actually, there were a couple of
oh, that's
times
funny.
where, again, that molly
we drew a lot in the garden too.
down here in the 4 card slot,
Yes, that Molly got boxed
we would roll a
a couple
5, and that
times.
molly get boxed into the discard, and then just get picked up from the discard.
Yeah.
I was swimming in Molly.
Really?
Yeah, I had so many Molly.
Yeah, Alex did have a lot of Mollies like the whole game. It felt like.
So, for the newbies, how did you feel kind of like the flow of the game went? Obviously, it sounds like the weeks, same as ours, were very different from one another. You know,
Yeah.
some longer or shorter, some more parties or less parties or whatever. Like, kind of how did you think the experience of it was? How did you feel like the action economy was? Did you feel like you got to do the things you wanted to do, or did you feel like you were stuck in a lot of rounds and you didn't have anything useful to do in your turns? Did you think the game was unfair in any way, et cetera, et cetera?
I I I thought that it was pretty decently balanced, to be honest. There are definitely scenarios like Natalie ran into where like you can get stuck. Um, and I do think that maybe there's some adjusting that can happen with guilt in order to prevent that from happening, even if it's as simple as like if you have one, instead of drawing one less and then picking between the two, like you get the opportunity to go there, take that action, and it's a blind draw, and you're just going one for one, and you will exchange that one for the one you pull out, no matter what it is, so that you have some turnover possibility for that one guilt.
Sure.
But otherwise, I didn't feel like there was ever a point where like there wasn't a way to achieve roughly what I wanted, even if it wasn't exactly what I wanted, because there's so many ways to get cards. It just may not be the way that you're trying to get them, as long as other certain things are available to you, and obviously the draw is kind to you. But no, it didn't feel unbalanced. It didn't feel. I don't
I liked how
know.
easy it was to learn.
Yeah.
And how quickly it goes. Yeah, I didn't really notice any glaring issues. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it was super easy to pick up. I like the actions economy is easy. I think the only thing I said it like several times, and I think it's just because it was first time playing. I just didn't quite understand the idea behind it. But like every time Adam was like, "Okay, you either get rid of this card or you get guilt," I kept being like, "Why the hell would I want guilt?" Like I was like, "Why do I want that?" Because I didn't want negatives, and I was like, I literally sat on one guilt for like 2 whole weeks of the game because I was like, and because it was a 0, and I was like, why do I want to ever like draw stuff when I can just get
Did
rid of
you
my cards?
did
Well,
you
it's 'cause
ever
you're
have a
losing your card.
situation though that you had like not only cards that were revealed, but you were going to lose cards that were in your reputation because of it? Because like that's when it's the most iffy, is when you're like, oh well, I'm gonna lose all these
He
No.
cards I like took to
he
stash.
he did towards the end, but I know like one of the last times, Rav, it was like a Pentacles hit, and you're like, oh, Pentacles aren't worth shit anyway, so of course I'll just discard them all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was like the only time. Other than that, we didn't really have many. I don't feel like we had that many reputation cards because our reputation cards, again, for up until like that last week, the only thing that you could score reputation off of was the hearts. Everything else was sitting at a 0.
That's fair.
Um,
Yeah.
So like it didn't matter for us, at least in our gameplay. It's like, oh look, I got fans or cups or whatever like in my reputation. I'll just get rid of them. I don't really care.
We ran
Like,
into an interesting situation where it was not uncommon for you to be in a situation like in a festival, for example, where you were arrested and you were like, well, the cards that I have to get rid of were not contributed to the party anyway. So like these are actually going into gossip either way. So I kind of get a free way of getting out of taking guilt. Did you guys run into that?
Say that one more time.
So the untilted cards, right? Assuming you had this, maybe you didn't, but the cards that weren't contributed towards the specifics of the festival get thrown into gossip if the festival is successful. We had situations where, maybe I had 4 cards out, 2 of them were untilted, and they were both the cards of the constable that was drawn. And I didn't have any in my reputation or anything, so it was like, these 2 cards are going to gossip, period. And I am now put in a situation where I can decide whether I want to get rid of these 2 cards or take 2 guilt. So it was like, well, I can just pretty much do nothing and get no guilt because these are going to the gossip pile anyway.
Right, and then instead they'd get discarded, so they're not going to the gossip pile or whatever.
Right.
We
Are
also
you
had
talking
a
about
couple-
like what we just did on the last round, Adam, where I was like, I'm going to toss out 5 cards, but the last 2 cards were low cards because I was like, I know they're not going to get used, so I wanted to stack the deck. Is that what you're
That's
talking
also an
about?
option.
Yeah.
we had a couple of situations where that happened, where it was like, oh, I could keep these cards, but if they go to the gossip, they'll actually, they'll stack the deck on the low side so that we don't have as much of a risk. So it was kind of a strategic way to discard cards into the gossip.
Well, I didn't really want to discard him, but I was doing it just because I knew Ethan had 11 cards in his hand, and he was going to hurt us. So, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like our scenario of game. Like I guess I just had a hard time. I just had a hard time understanding why would I ever take guilt. And I think it's just maybe like the structure of like how our game just never had that many parties, meaning so that way like the scoring chart never went up. So I just felt like, why is there a purpose for me?
Well, I think now the way that they've built it, a guilt, there is an incentive. I think if you play your guilt table right, your little 4 spots there, to have people try to call you out and try to get them to think that you're doing something fishy, having stacks of guilt that maybe aren't going to punish you very hard in order for you to be able to get cards out, and that sort of like metagame of it, because I think that the more we play this, I think we'll find that the better we get at this, the more restrictive we're going to be at being able to get cards into a scoring position, that we will be preventing each other from doing that as much as possible. And that's one of the ways to try to get somebody to try to drop you in point value, but also what you have in your hand is able to score you at the end of that round. And you're going to lose those points anyway unless you trade them out, if that makes sense. So it's not that big. Like, we didn't find it. We were accusing quite a bit, and we didn't necessarily find that the payoff was so terrible in flipping those guilts. It was just like, oh, okay, well, no big deal, but I got these cards out, or at the very least, like, now I'm clean and I've got some room to play with cards that I might want later.
There's also something to be said for if you wind up in a position like me. I believe if I had made one different choice when I first got nailed by a constable, I would, and not discarded the cards that I had, I would have wound up with cards in hand. And I would
Okay.
not have wound up in a situation where I had no cards for a very prolonged period of time, and therefore could not score, could not take place in parties, could not do anything. So it is, if you are low on cards, or if it is going to eat into your card pool significantly, having 2 cards or less, I would say, is a really detrimental position to be in as far as scoring goes, because it's very easy to exhaust all of those cards in a party, and then you have nothing, and then you can only really draw like one at a time.
Yeah, I understand that. I think it's just like how our game was. Like, we just didn't. I don't know. Like, just from our game, we didn't really throw that many parties. So then that in turn made me not really like.
You know, I just realized
what
this might explain some of it too. Is I fucked up. We fucked up a rule.
Oh no.
No, we were the constable checks. We were discarding them, not
I was,
putting
I
the
was
gossip.
just gonna
We were
ask.
going to ask
You
that.
said
Yeah,
that, and I
100%.
was like, that's not correct. That everything goes to gossip now.
Yeah,
I went to go look for that as well. Yep.
Damn, I totally would have won. Easy.
Wait, what?
Wait, say that again?
It's like it. Yeah, I mean, it definitely would have made. I think it just would have made your decision making a lot. I don't know that necessarily. Like, it obviously probably would have affected like informers probably a little differently, but
There probably would have been more
Yeah.
informers.
If
Yeah.
you're arrested, Alex, you choose to either discard all the cards attributed to that, or take guilt tokens. But what those cards are actually getting moved to is the gossip pile, not to the thief
Yeah.
office discard.
so you still
So you're
Wait.
actually stacking the gossip
wait.
like one way or the other.
So rat
Wait, every time you're arrested?
Yes.
yes. So
You
like
choose one of the two, right? You take either X amount of guilt tokens, or
Right.
those cards
which
get
we
thrown
were
into
doing.
gossip.
Like we were doing everything right except we were putting the cards in the discard pile instead of the gossip pile. So like those cards where you were like you either discard the cards or draw guilt, and you're like, okay, I'll just discard them. Those cards would have gone to gossip instead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so that would have made us drawn more guilt.
It would have
Right.
obviously fucked with the raid track more, right? So
And you ended up having significantly smaller gossip piles as a result as well, I assume.
not funnily enough, not that much. I mean, I would assume smaller than you guys, but like it was never at a point where it was like this feels weird. Like we had maybe 9 cards in the gossip pile, like every round.
I guess
After or
transient
before?
property, they just stayed in your hand rather than.
Oh, like total, and then we filled stuff out.
Yeah,
I think like
we had 14 or 15 before filling things out.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's I'm sure it was definitely going to be less than you guys, but like it wasn't a point where it was only like it wasn't also with like only 2 cards or something weird. We were like, oh wait.
Our last room was our biggest because it was like 12.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
definitely fucked that up. That's my bad, but
it's all good. I was actually thinking,
but it was the same. We did it all the same. Otherwise, it's just I just put the cards in the wrong spot.
Question, since I see you guys had Gin of Christening, how did you guys play that?
So we played it where as soon as you played your card out, you scored points, and then at the end of the round, after all 4 players have played a card, before the leader of the party started the round, we drew a card off the rip, and
that's how we did it the first time, and then we realized if you read the card, it's supposed to be you draw before the first player reveals their card.
It says the runner must discard 1 card from the deck before revealing their card.
Which means you have.
So I wasn't sure if that's something. Yeah.
What's the runner mean?
Starts every round, not ends every round.
Yeah, so you basically, if you do Gin of Christening before the first player puts a card out, you actually draw to even determine if the party fails to start.
Right, before anybody gets anything out.
Which we didn't realize until Stacy played it in like one of the last couple parties.
And also in conjunction with another card that made it particular party fucking ridiculous.
It was the single round party, so where everybody just dumps their cards. So it like actually was kind of important to know if we were going to have a
those
party
being played together was aggressive.
I see. So we basically were doing that, but we didn't do it first thing then.
Well, see, like you have the card here, and then you just
you start the party that way, drawing a card, and then we do a round, and then we draw another one.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a possibility basically that the party just stops right before it starts. Basically,
yeah,
is what it does.
Yeah. So if I was making adjustments, I would put something on that card that says like before you even start the round or something as an example, since we both messed it up.
Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, it needs to lead that way for sure. We had a fiddle and a dress on maybe the second party, and Alex like rode that wave to like that's like how she got like a massive lead. She had like a giant party swing using the fiddle and the dress.
Yeah, I got like 12 joy at that.
It was
kind of crazy.
Party for you.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
What was the combination we did last time we played that was so powerful? Was it the?
It was the masquerade and the doll.
Yeah, masquerade and the doll. Yeah. Or no,
it was
masquerade and
christening.
Masquerade and Gin, maybe. Yeah, I don't remember what it was now. No, it was the one that maybe it was masquerade and Gin.
No, I think I want to say it was the masquerade and the doll because it it basically let us put everything out at once, and then we only ever had one constable.
For the folks that got to play this again, Shayna and whatnot, do you have any thoughts, feelings about how this felt different, better, worse? How did the stacking of guilt go? All that kind of weird stuff.
No, I think it ran a lot more smoothly than the last game. And I don't know if that's just because we played before or because things had changed a little bit. I still didn't really feel a lot of incentive to go other places or to, like, I don't know, accuse anyone or anything like that. Seeing how the points are scored, I mean, it's mostly like get cards, go to parties. Items are really beneficial, and be careful how you stack your guilt. That's really how it played. this game, I guess.
The stacking of the guild's so much better than only having 4.
I guess like I'm trying to understand like why you would accuse people like because all it is a benefit. It's not it's a benefit to the person you're accusing because like they could just have 4 stacks of none and then you could like accuse them and then just like they're just dropping all their hands in their freaking pile. Meanwhile, me trying to accuse them gets
Not
nothing out of it.
entirely though.
When you guys get the accusation right, I lost literally like every single card that I had.
Yeah, but like
your life is burned to the ground if you're if you're accused correctly.
Well,
No, but,
we saw it there at the end, and like you even did it to me. It's like the reason to accuse people, even if we may not think they're actually informers, is because they're the ones losing the points. So it's like if I don't know what you've drawn, but if I get lucky and your stack of 3 is like a -2, a -1, and a -1, you lose 4 points, especially with their point spread. Even if you played 2 of your cards to your reputation, you're getting most 2 points. So it's like I just made it so you've lost overall 2 points, which lets me catch up, right?
I
We
don't
did
see
that
that
to
though because
That's why I accused Alex. That's 100%. I did not. After we accused Ethan, I was like pretty sure Alex wasn't an informant, but I accused her anyway, hoping that she would lose a bunch of points.
Yeah.
well, like I mean, you're gonna lose the points anyway though. Like,
Not
at the end of the game,
necessarily
you lose the
because
points.
cycle
but they have control of those stacks while the game is still going on. They have
Right.
the ability to trade them in for slightly better or maybe zeros, and if you get them in a vulnerable place because possibly they're stacking them together or one of their solos is a big negative for them, you get it before they can get rid of it.
You literally did that, Rav. You had a stack of 5, you knocked down to like a stack of 2. Like,
okay.
and that's
Yeah,
and
so,
you were
like,
able to
it's
do that
just-
because we didn't accuse you. Like if we had accused
Yeah.
that 5 stack, you would have lost. I don't even know how many points you would
It
have
was
lost.
like
You would have
9
lost.
points.
Yeah, you would have lost
Right.
a shitload of
A
points.
really interesting question for you all with the way that accusation dynamics work. This is something Ricky brought up. Hi, Ricky. I know you're watching this at some point in the future. He was reaching out and asking about this because he thought that this was problematic, and I didn't think about it, and then I was like, oh yeah, you're right. So he said, there seems to be no consequence for making a false accusation. Sure, if a player is falsely accused, they get to add cards directly to their reputation. But 1, this means loyal players can just accuse each other to help each other do that. And 2, if a player has no cards in their hand, why wouldn't you just accuse them at every opportunity?
That's
Yeah.
kind of like where I
True.
was coming
Yeah,
from.
well,
I don't really
You make
like,
very valid points on that. Yeah.
that's why I was like I don't understand.
Was
I'm like,
there?
we're gonna lose the points anyway, so like all I'm doing is benefiting the stack because he
Do
could
you
just be
think
like, sweet,
that
thanks.
you would want to like form partnerships with folks and be like, yo, like pick this stack and let me throw some of my cards into reputation. You tell me which stack you want me to pick over there. It's a 0. We'll score it, and then you can just drop your cards into reputation. Like, is that a viable?
I don't
the
know.
problem
That's
the
too
problem I
much.
see with that though is the game rules are specifically worded unless it's changed from the last time we played. The game rules are specifically worded in such a way you are not allowed to give any indication of what is in your hand. You're not even
It's your guilt
supposed.
token stacks. You could tell them to just pick
No.
a stack.
Yeah, but if you then tell someone to pick a stack, you're telling them that you have cards that you want to put into your reputation, which will then gain you points, right? So
I guess
Yes and
any
no. It's the
information
whole
gotta be
mind
really
game.
specific
That's
info.
implicit. You could just lie.
Yeah, I can tell you to pick this stack to try to fool you, to say like, do I want you to pick that stack, or do I not actually want you to pick that stack?
I mean, you can, but there is an implicit understanding kind of oh, if you're making that kind of negotiation with someone, I feel like you're starting to skirt the line of giving people information about the cards that you have in hand.
I would semi-agree.
Part
I
of
was
the
going to say,
issue that it was brought up is kind of like it's not against the rules, but it's kind of against the heart of the game.
Yeah, I was going to say
it is incredibly so because this game is in no way, unless there is a known informer on the board. This game is in no way cooperative. You're not.
Except for festivities, it's 100%.
Yeah, except
it's really not. Like I could have there was one at the very first festivity we had where we had all of those, or not the first, but like very close, very early on, we had all of those fans out. There was another set of pentacles out, and I had a card that I could play that was going to ensure that only the pentacles would score. And it was going to completely cut, I think, you, Tristan, and Stacy out of the scoring entirely.
Right, but
the reason I didn't is because all the rest of those cards go to gossip, right? And that's bad for me. So it would have gotten me another point, but at the same time, it would have.
Well, this is why this game has, people keep saying it's like BSG and stuff like that, is because if you are a Cylon or you might become a Cylon, you look at situations and you go, well, this is helping the group, but this might hurt me later if I decide to become an informer or whatever.
Co-op's probably the wrong word, but you're absolutely incentivized in terms of like shared goals.
Yes, there is an incentive to have that shared goal when you're in a party, but also you're still actively competing in parties.
I mean, it's the same as John Company that way. We're consistently working together and totally against each other at all times.
It is substantially less now that everything goes into the gossip pool. Actually, I would say that the amount of cooperation has markedly increased from the version that we played last time, because now that everything goes into the gossip deck, you have to be very aware of what cards you are playing and what cards you are forcing people to discard rather than put into their memory. But I still don't think that the game I still think that there is a very strong incentive to not actively work with other people, to not pair up with other people.
Yeah, I was going to say, to me, pairing up with other people, even though it's not against the rules, it's like there's nothing in the rules saying I can't write down what everybody's taking in their hands on a piece of paper, but I'm not going to do that.
Right.
It's a different vibe. You don't want to, it's not fair to everybody else, in my opinion.
Spirit of the game.
Back to what you brought up a few minutes ago, Tristan, though, to Ricky's point, though, I do think that there can and probably should be some sort of consequence for false accusations that isn't detrimental, detrimental is the wrong word, that isn't like staggeringly bad, but is somewhat negative, so that at the very least it isn't an abused system just to knock down points necessarily. But you need to really do the balance.
Like something you have to like trash a card.
Was there a negative last time we played? I can't remember.
Yes, you took the point hit.
Yeah, you.
That's what I thought. Okay, because I was like, last game I didn't accuse except for that one time, and I got fortunate enough. But this time I accused multiple times because I was like, oh, it doesn't cost me anything. So there's a good and a bad. There's a pro because now we accused more, but there's a con because then now everybody's just accusing.
Go ahead, Alex.
No, I just have a question. Someone just said accusing or consequences to a false accusation would be historically wrong. I don't understand what that means. Oh, I heard someone say like it doesn't, it's not with the spirit of the game or the spirit of the historical.
I don't think it has anything to do with historically. It's just like, as far as if you're looking at, I guess, well, I don't know. I mean, a lot of things are tied into the theme of the game, but
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, as far as like the original, right? You had a situation where I want to accuse you, and you would flip one token, and if you're wrong, that is kind of a way of being like, oh well, I'll take that hit to my joy because I've been made to look bad in accusing you and being incorrect about it. I think is kind of how that worked thematically. But it was also
Yeah.
different, obviously, because we only had a maximum of 4, and it was like, well, I'm only going to maybe lose 1, 2, 3 points or whatever. Until later in the game where it was maybe more.
Well, then it was like
Now
there was like a
it's-
-8. Like it was huge.
Yeah, and obviously all these numbers are subject to change and probably will. It sounds like, but now it's a wild card. You could have a stack of 5 that are just a -1 and the rest are zeros, or it could be 3 3s and a 2. And but now it's also you don't care because it's not going to negatively affect you at all.
Off the top of my head, because I agree. I think there needs to, especially when you have no cards, like it definitely is kind of a problem. You're just like, I'm just gonna accuse everybody. Like I don't give a shit.
Right.
And off the top of my head, like without it, I like the first thing I think of that, so that way it's not, because you have to. It's such a delicate balance because we've seen in the previous version where if the onus is too much on the accuser, then you just never do it. You just never
Right.
do
It's
it.
got to be a very light consequence.
So
but a consequence
off the top of my
kind.
head, I think is like if I accuse Tristan and I'm wrong, and Tristan puts X amount of cards into his reputation, we just draw and trash those cards off the deck and potentially just force the constables out more. You know what I mean? Like if
Or-
Tristan
I think
puts
that
2
would
cards
have
into
a
maybe you
rep,
have to
we
draw
just
a
draw
guilt.
2
impact.
cards.
Would drawing guilt be something that
You
is
just draw like
less
regardless. Like if you're wrong, you just draw one token or something.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be that or if it would actually be like you have to match the stack that you're choosing, or if that's way
that's
too
that's
too
aggressive.
much. Yeah, that's too much.
But I don't
It'd
know
have
if
to be
it's
like 1 token.
You
I
are
think
kind
like
of-
1 guilt token is a good punishment for it because it could result in nothing.
Yeah. Like
I
you
think
could
And,
get
and
lucky.
it's enough to make it like make you
turning the
think
whole
about it
deck
for a second.
ruins things for everybody because then everyone's going to be like, please don't accuse because I know he's got
Yeah.
3 pen
Yeah,
killers, and I
I
really don't want to draw 3.
I
trash
think
3
burning cards
off
is
the deck
rough.
or whatever.
I think
Yeah, that's fair.
there's also maybe something like, oh, you make this accusation, you have to pick one of their guilt tokens to score, or something like that.
That could
Where
be
they
interesting.
don't.
I was trying
if
to
it's
think
a
about
false
something logical for that
accusation.
too. Yeah.
So, like, if I have a 3, a 1, and a 0, you can choose the 0. But if I have a 3 and a 1, you have to take the 1, right? And it that might be because as people start to stack up more guilt, it's later in the game,
That
it's
could be
more likely
interesting.
that
Or
you're
maybe
going to
you have to just score the highest of the tokens, and so it
or
gets
that.
actually scarier to flip a lower stack or a bigger stack. I don't know. It plays with the psychology of why you would have singles versus like
of the
triples,
stacks.
because now you're making people guess like,
I do feel like having
what's the
singles is
range?
objectively a worse choice at this point in time
Well,
because
I
of
think
the way that St. Andrews works.
I think that actually reading the rules right now, I think that it might not actually be meant that you can't swap out a single stack. I think it is only that you just always have to draw at least 1.
Oh, wait, is that how you guys were playing?
Yeah.
You can swap out a single stack. Yeah.
So I think we probably screwed up the intention on that one, and that's
Got you.
on me. Is
Yeah.
because I did the same thing where I had multiple tokens throughout the game that I was like, crap, I can't do anything with this, and like
It's just
specifically was waiting to get guilt to do it. But then when I read it, it wasn't actually saying that you couldn't do it. It was just saying that it's a minimum of 1 to draw.
yeah. You
so
just exactly. You
could've
just
been
always
more
have to draw
sense.
1.
So that's on
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say because I did that a few times too, where I had like a single stack, and it was like I'll put my -2 in the single stack, and then like I was able to get it for like a 0 at some point. It was like fuck yes. But
I'll say I kind of like. I just felt like we didn't really accuse all that much in our game, other than like we had like a unanimous like feel on the table, at least between the 3 of us. Like we were saying out loud, we're like, we think Ethan is bad. He only had 2 stacks, so we kind of just like Lestat accused him, and then immediately like hit my turn, and I just accused him and found him.
Sure.
But like that was like really the only time we accused. Like we were like, okay, done. Your game seemed like you guys accused a lot, but I do feel like there needs to be, I guess, like there needs to be like a punishment against it because, but like a slight one. It's either like you draw the guilt, like another guilty token thing, or like you were saying, you could flip the stack over and maybe like the lowest value goes to the person that accused, or like the highest value goes to the person that accused, or something like that. That way, like
I
whatever,
think
like
highest
it's like a
disincentivizes it too much.
It was in the original. It very much put the onus of, oh, I have like a 6 point lead, so I'm the person that should probably accuse if anyone's going to accuse.
Right.
Knowing that you were going to be the one taking the hit, and so I think that you would potentially revert back to that kind of mindset of like, well, I don't know that I am how I feel with my points that I even want to chance the accusation. Depending on if you know it could be a -3 or 4, that's going to be the max in the stack that hits you, or more, depending on how the raid track goes. So it's hard. I don't know how you like
Yeah.
kind of finagle that.
That's sort of the way that we were talking about it. Like, I like the idea of it existing in a way that you can sort of self-govern the runaway leader thing. And yeah, I mean, case in point, 4 hours. There was sort of a very concentrated effort for a minute where there were multiple accusations in a row where we had done something to reveal some cards, and then Tristan was deciding, because Stacy and I were both a couple points in front of him, who he was going to accuse, and he knew that I had cards that were playable because of what we just had to reveal. So he accused Stacy. About 2 turns later, those cards got played by me. Stacy came up and was able to accuse me, now knowing that my cards were
Yeah.
gone, and therefore both of the people that needed to be knocked backwards got knocked backwards because of a concentrated effort to do so. And while I was one of the ones that was punished for that, I thought that was a really neat way to have people that are
So,
behind able to control the tempo of the game and pull back anyone that's pulled ahead.
so
Yeah,
okay,
I
what
honestly didn't
doesn't
feel like the lack of disincent, dis, disincentive, the fact that you were not punished for making false accusations didn't felt like it had a didn't feel like it had a huge impact on our decision on whether or not to accuse. It was more so concern over people scoring
So
out
just
of
because
your
Right.
it's
false
late, it's just because
accusations.
it's late for me. I want to get my one last thing here off because I'm going to be going to bed. It's like almost 2 a.m. for me. But just to go back on the whole like accusation thing, what like what's not so like the spot that causes you to either like you can draw tokens to thin your or like try to get a better guilty stack, and then you can accuse somebody. What's like why would you not just like like why wouldn't everybody just go to that spot and just start just being like accuse, and like you're just starting to like essentially make your stacks better, but then you're just also accusing everybody at the same time, and then all the stacks go back to zero essentially, and they're like, okay, great, let's go grab some cards.
Because then nothing would get accomplished, and you wouldn't be making any points if you're
Well, I'm
if
just
you're
like trying to
only
understand
doing
like
that.
because like yeah, I guess like I just didn't understand like the whole idea of like I don't know, I just maybe I just it's again
It
our game, the
also
first game I played, but it just felt
Sure.
like I just didn't like we all had maybe we only had each of us only had like 2 stacks. Alex only had 1 stack, and it was just like most of us only had like 2 guilt on average. So it just never really felt like why. So it didn't really matter. It felt like because all of us were we just weren't throwing the parties, so the points weren't being scored. So it's like, and then my mentality was these are gonna be negatives anyway, so I might as well just. All I did with it was I just kept trying to just literally just try to make them the lowest number possible. That's all I was doing because we weren't accusing anybody. So and it seems like you guys were doing the exact opposite. It felt like you guys were getting guilty tokens and immediately being like, screw that guy. So
Maybe it's just
Yeah.
because, like you said, we had a lot of parties, we had a lot of points kind of flow in and out, and so it incentivized us to want to try to keep people in check. And it sounds like you
Yeah.
didn't
Right.
have points that were getting, crazy, so that you didn't feel the incentive to like go, oh well, I can try to knock you out a little bit depending on what you have.
I also
yeah,
think
I
that
don't know.
the difference between putting cards into the discard versus putting them into the
yeah.
gossip deck has a much larger impact on the
I
psychology of
think
the game
it's pretty
than you
significant.
think it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
Because
I think that's definitely part of it too, for sure.
it
Yeah.
prevents you from wanting to discard those cards. Because if you have like a 7 and an 8 or an
Mhm.
8 and a 9, and you know that there are very few cards in the gossip deck, you're stacking the gossip deck
Yeah. You'd
in
rather
order
take the
to
guilt hit over it.
increase the
Yeah.
rage track.
I think Rav, I think a lot of what you're hung up on is if I didn't mess up that rule, I think that relationship between guilt or discard, like I would have been much more. The tension there would have been a lot more pronounced, I think, and I think that's kind of what you're hung up on right now, and that's just unfortunately just because we played it incorrectly, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I think when we play it again and we do that correctly, I'd be curious to see if that's suddenly you're like, oh, okay, now I understand the tension better.
Yeah, because like that's probably it is that because like I'm just so hung up on the idea of like I just don't understand. I'm like I just
right, because to you it's like I'll just put it in the discard pile. Who gives a shit? As opposed to like, well, wait, if I have to lose, if I discard, I got pinged on this constable and I have to discard a 5, 6, 7. That going to the discard pile doesn't mean anything to you, but that going to the gossip pile does mean something, right?
It also means that it takes the cards out of play. You can draw back from the discard. You can't draw back from the gossip.
No, I get that. No, like it's just.
But yeah, I'll say we'll have to find time to play again, and so that way you can maybe feel that tension better.
Yep. All right, I'm going to bed. Thanks. It was
all right,
good.
buddy.
I think it was a good game. I'd like to play again.
I love it.
It should only get
very simple,
faster and easier to play.
Dude, I think
as we played as well.
I see the time on my recording, and it's like just over 2 hours. So it's like even that game I feel like is with a teach, like that's pretty quick. Like
yeah, it still went pretty quick.
I was gonna say it still went pretty quick, all things considered. So
Yeah,
I mean, it'll only get faster.
I didn't record our kind of recap of some of the changes for Stacy and Shayna, but I think it was right around the 2-ish hour mark that we had finished, and then
I hit
maybe like 2:15 or something. I don't know because we're now 3 hours and 15 minutes in.
I stopped after the game ended, and I started right as I began setup. And it was like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something. Right. So
because I know Cole's saying that they're playing it in like an hour to 90 minutes.
I can see us
I don't think
playing this in an hour.
As long, and part of it, I think too, as silly as it is, right, is that a game's length is like a third longer playing it digitally.
Sure.
Yeah. This game plays it so much faster, especially being a card-based game. If we are
cards in your hand are so much faster, man.
Absolutely.
So like, there's 30 minutes of gameplay that is going to shave just by us having a physical thing in front of us. So I'd be curious if what that time length, what the length would be when we have a physical iteration of it.
I could see if you're all confident in the rules and actively trying to be fast, you could probably crank this game out in 45 minutes, maybe.
For
less.
sure. If you just like had the intention of let's go,
especially at like 3 or 4 players too. Like you can you could definitely just bust it out.
Yeah.
Real quick, because I gotta go also. Overall, I like the changes to the guilt tokens. I feel like that gave me, even though I very much got screwed over in this game by a lot of blind chance because I just kept drawing poorly.
Welcome to a whirligig game.
Yeah, so I know that is not like my experience is not necessarily reflective of the game got awful because I lost, right? But I liked the way that the guilt tokens functioned as a stack felt good, except for the fact that I couldn't get a stack. Like I just couldn't get any. I think that if we had been playing with St. Andrews the way that you guys did, I would have felt like I had a lot more control over my situation.
Sure.
Once you guys got more than like 5 or 6 points ahead of me, because it's really difficult to score large chunks of large volumes of points at once, I felt like there was no catching back up. So I was just kind of interacting with the board in ways to see what I could do while I was so far behind. And I didn't feel like I had a whole lot of control over it. That was kind of the one thing that didn't sit well with me, was I didn't feel like I had a lot of control once I fell behind and got. Not having any cards is a horrible punishment. If you become the informer, that's awful.
What's funny?
The other thing was
go ahead.
Sorry, Adam. The other thing was, I think that maybe when you start off the game, because again, we started with 2 pentacle mollies out. And it wasn't until a little ways in that we even got a different suit of molly. I think that having maybe a rule that if you're when you draw the first mollies, you draw mollies until you get two different suits, possibly, or something like that, just to ensure that you don't have a situation where you do have a runaway suit that has all of the points associated with it.
Yeah.
But that's just a thought, because that wasn't a huge issue for our game this time, but it was in the other games that we played.
Yeah, the interesting thing is the game they played, they had a suit that got up to 3 points. We didn't have a suit that got past 1.
Yeah, our game we did have a run. Like Hearts ran away with it. Fans only once, none of the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think maybe saying, oh well, when you draw the first, because it's 2 mollies that start out on the board, right?
One,
You put one on the board, but then there's 3 in the
three
deck.
in the
So
there's
they
3 in
could
the deck.
And then
potentially
I had one in my hand, and that was
they
the
could get
first card I
decked out.
played.
Yeah.
So that's why it felt like 2.
Then maybe it was just blind luck again, because that happened the
is.
first time.
I think it was, yeah.
But I think that's fun. I think it's okay that there's one game where 1 suit or 2 run away, and
I was gonna
others
say
where it is more even spread like this one.
I like hearing that your guys' game was more even spread. So it's like that tells me that yeah, it can happen. It's just it's the nature of it being a card deck, right?
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, that was my thoughts. I had a really good time, even though I kind of got a little stuck, but I had a good time playing again. So, good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good
Allie.
night.
I was gonna say piggybacking off of what she said real quick is like Ethan, we accused Ethan and I was like, okay, this is let's make sure I do this right, and I like, okay, Ethan, you lose your hand and reputation. He had like 3 cards in his reputation. He had like 6. I was like, as I was saying, I was like, oh my god, Ethan, I feel so bad for you. Like this hurts so much. But that being said, is it's after that was like round 2, and like we said, by the end of week 4. Like we just didn't invite him to parties, and he seriously had a hand of 11 cards, and was like, if he was able to go home, he would have ruined the game for us.
That is
So like,
interesting, actually, because
so
you
like
also
he was
can
able
still
to
lie
still,
and just not ever take more guilt at that point too, and nobody can do anything about it.
and that's exactly what he did. Is like, as I told him to, I was like, remember, you're still an informer, Ethan. So like, you can just keep ignoring constables, and he did. Constable would go out and he'd like he would pick up a 7 of hearts, and like we just saw him buy it from the market, and the hearts constable was out, and it would be like, okay, everyone play your highest heart, and Ethan would be like, nah, and be like, okay.
I think it's super interesting. I was hoping that we'd be able to kind of see what it's like to become like a known informer early, because it does feel like that suddenly just puts you in a very different situation where I guess like you can just stack your hand and then ideally try to.
And honestly, that's exactly it. I thought for sure, I was like, oh man, I like kind of, when it happened, I was like, I kind of feel bad for Ethan. I hope like this game is still going to be fun for him. Like I don't know how this is going to play out, and like that's literally what happened. Is we just watched him be like, I will take this 8, I will take this 8, and we were like, I was like, well, we can't stop him, and we're not inviting him to parties. And oh, look at that, his hand is massive, and he's trying to go home. Oh
That's super interesting.
So yeah, it was really interesting. I'm really glad. I don't know if Ethan's maybe necessarily glad it happened, but I'm glad to have seen it happen for sure.
My only feedback is bunk because we just played the rule wrong.
Sure. Yeah, and that's fair. That is fair.
So
I
I mean,
definitely
like,
would have changed it. Yeah.
Because my whole thought throughout the game was, man, in our first game the raid track got like instantly destroyed, but like this is a real struggle.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy too, because remember, there's some folks that were saying that like they played multiple games. I mean, no, it was the last iteration, but they played multiple games that always ended like in the second round from the raid track ending. So I don't know if that's also just like people inherently don't want to be the bad guy to start if they have that option, or like when it's presented to them, and you still like kind of last time you felt like you didn't want to pivot to informer until you needed to, or depending on the situation. But it does feel like it's a very interesting game to say, oh, I drew an informer token to start, let's party. What happens if half of the table is an informer?
Right.
And like, how
it definitely felt interesting because that after the first round we were at 0. When we jumped up 3 after that second round that went absolutely horribly for everybody, it was interesting to see just how easily that happened while all of us were actively trying to prevent it from happening because nobody was an informant, and we were pretty confident that that was the case. knowing that that's how easily it happened that way, that you could manipulate the hell out of that. And at one point, if we decide to play it a bit more aggressively like that, like we always talk about with something like PAX, where you can legit play that so much more aggressively than we tend to play that game. There are an endless number of ways that this can go to hell really quickly by
Yeah, it
manipulating
feels like
things
the
that you have
rate
control
track,
over.
It'll like be like, oh, it bumped 1, we're okay, and then like, oh, it bumped 4.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then suddenly you're like, I wasn't worried about this, but now my whole life has been turned upside down.
I'll
and
say
I'm not
our week 1 ended so quickly. None of us went home, and our rate track bumped up. I think it was 3 spaces or 4 spaces like week 1. And I think that's what incentivized Ethan to switch at week
Right.
2. Is we
Yeah.
were like, I was like, well, I guess we're all going home now, so this is how this works. And oh, look at
Right.
that, it just bumped up 4 spaces.
And the odds are obviously low, but similar to like a John Company kind of thing, like it's awesome that the track doesn't have a limiter on it or anything that prevents it from going to full at any point. So it's not like, okay, we're safe at least until the second round. You know it can't get there. Like, no, this could, if you got 7 high cards and absolutely 0 good cards after the draws, you can end that after round 1. Period.
Right.
Yep. Well, cool beans. Unless there's any last final thoughts, I think it's a good place to end it.
Yeah, I think so.
Only
glad
final thought I have is that backer kit is cheap as hell, so I'm probably gonna get it.
You should, man. Do it up,
I'm
bro.
very happy. It seems
I'm-
like a game that's very easy to teach.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Compared to
Endgame.
like I was mentioning it to Euless that like I feel like I could teach my like party of drunk friends like that just play games drunk, like even while they're like out of it.
Oh, for sure.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can't really do that with like
Couldn't
here's
do John Company like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Even the like most basic version of it, I couldn't.
And
Yeah, no,
and
there's
this
no
game
way.
is still like 2 or 3 months away from something that's like a finished product, and there's already some really interesting ideas that they are kind of messing around with. Like there's been talk about adding jokers to the deck that allow you to potentially take cards back after a party.
That's cool.
You know, there's just different things because Ricky's now starting to work on the solo rules, and so there's going to be some different ideas between how the game works and how it can be made in solo, and then maybe ideas percolate there that suddenly is like, oh well, that's not a bad idea that we could just make into the the base game, and like all kinds of things. And obviously there's some weird little edges and gaps and stuff that need oh goodness
Sorry.
fine-tuned and filled out. So I'm excited to see. I don't know if we're gonna get a big change until like a month from now, but maybe there'll be a couple small tweaks that we'll see in the coming weeks.
Maybe I'm just not super creative, but I don't see how they could make this game solo.
You should take a look at the things that Ricky does because his specialty is this isn't possible, and then he does some wild thing, and you're like, oh, this is somehow brilliant. So you just wait.
Just you wait.
Fair enough.
Because like PAX Premier is ridiculous that it works solo. John Company, you're literally able to like negotiate with an AI, like back and forth. Like it's really impressive. So, and it's typically done in a really simple way. It's just he is able to think in really weird ways outside the box. So, I think this will be an interesting challenge. But we shall see.
Indeed.
All right. Well, have a good night, everybody. Thank you so much for playing.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Yeah,
Good
night, everybody.
night.
Thank you guys.
Bye now.